into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Spirit fingers. Yes.
Spirit fingers.
We're dancing into this Thursday. Good morning, everybody.
Hello
Hopefully
there.
you feel this vibe as well, because it is Klein Vrydag. You're the Feel Good Breakfast Show, everybody.
Yes, it is. Klein Vrydag is a day that you must take very seriously because it is amper naweek. It's so important for you to do that. And I'm sure you've been doing some watching of TV to kind of like relax and that sort of thing. You know what Jamie just asked me now? She said to me, have you watched the Tinder Swindler? And I said, yes, I did. And then she started talking about things that could be happening. And, you know, worldwide, it's got a huge shock factor as well, which is quite crazy. And I hope that you've been safe. That's all I can hope for. If you are using Tinder, Jamie Lee.
Well, listen, this topic of discussion has sparked today's theme of online dating horror stories. And I have quite a few, so I can't wait to share that with you guys.
I'm sure.
But we did bring in the big gun today. So tech guru Grant Hinds is going to be sharing his safety tips on dating apps, as well as the Valentine's Day apps that you should be checking out, because obviously he met his fiancée on one of these apps. So who better than Grant Hinds to share all of that with us?
Exactly. And you know what? There's nothing better than to take away the enemies being after you than that person giving you the proper stuff that you need. Then, fashion and beauty editor Nox Mafu shares how to get date night ready with Woolworths. And I can guarantee you, it's Nox Mafu. She's going to get you ready so well that you won't even need a dating app. Just a thought over there. It's going to be a great show today, so I hope you're ready. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee, whatever that may be, and just maybe even a tall drink of water like this man. That's a good idea too.
Send money.
Send money!
Send money. They are. My enemies are after me. I hope that's not the case for you. A very good morning to those two beautiful souls. A short drink of water. Love it. Just more of a shot glass of water. Absolutely adore it. Oh, guys, we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. I know there are some horror stories, and take nothing away from what the woman in that documentary investigation went through and what countless women have gone through, and men, being swindled using dating apps. There are some horror stories out there, some funny, some a little bit hectic. We'd love for you to share them with us as we are all going dating. It's one big group day today, but you can let us know on the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page if you've had any dating app horror stories. We'd love to connect with you throughout the show. In fact, we've got 3 hours to keep that conversation going, so get online right now. But first, let's bring you up to speed with the day's news headlines, and then I've got a couple of sporting tidbits to delve into.
Thank you so much, G. And I'll start on the national front. The streets around the City Hall in Cape Town were abuzz with activity yesterday as final preparations were put in place for the 2022 State of the Nation SONA address this evening. The parade and surrounds will be shut down today. It will be the first time in democratic South Africa's history that SONA will take place outside the parliamentary precinct after it was gutted by a devastating fire. Parliament's presiding officers yesterday said they were satisfied with the preparations. The country's energy crisis is expected to feature prominently in this year's SONA. Then the driver of a truck remains in custody after he was arrested earlier for selling drugs with an estimated street value of 4 million rand. He was arrested near Laingsburg in the Karoo. A spokesperson, Chris Spies, says the police pulled over the suspicious truck and searched it. They found 295 kilograms of marijuana and 31,000 Mandrax tablets. The truck was heading from Johannesburg to Cape Town. The 45-year-old suspect appeared in the Laingsburg Magistrates Court yesterday, and he is expected to apply for bail next week. Then looking to news further abroad, Senegal has rewarded each member of the national soccer team with cash and plots of land following the win in the Africa Cup of Nations. Each team member received some $87,000 and a plot during a ceremony at the presidential palace. President Macky Sall appointed the team to Senegal's prestigious Order of the Lion, with fans cheering outside the palace gates. He also praised the team's coach, Aliou Cisse. Senegal defeated Egypt 4-2 on penalties, becoming the tournament champions for the first time in their history. Then New York Governor Kathy Hochul is expected to announce today that the state's COVID-19 indoor mask mandate will be abolished. Several other states, including New Jersey, California, Connecticut, Delaware, and Oregon, are expected to follow suit. However, the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention has warned that COVID-19 figures are still high. Meanwhile, people in England will no longer be required to self-isolate from late Feb if they test positive for COVID-19. Then 4 beavers that did not know each other from Adam have made quite a name for themselves in the UK. Beavers were hunted to extinction in Britain in the 16th century for their fur, meat and scent glands. But of late they have been reintroduced to parts of Scotland, England and Wales in the hope that they can restore wetland habitats and boost other species. Kate Lemon, regional manager at the Derbyshire Wildlife Trust, said the 4 beavers which were released into the Wellington wetlands in Derbyshire Nature Reserve had never met before. She said, and I quote, "So it was a bit of a beaver dating agency when we brought them all on site." She added that they were delighted when footage of the beavers making themselves at home in the reserve had been captured. The dam-building rodents were filmed adoringly grooming each other and gnawing at trees. We're quite sure that their loving behavior suggested that the first time in 400 years the arrival of wee beavers known as kits in the spring was an absolute possibility, Kate said. On that note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. We will be back on the top of the hour. Graham, my enemy, is standing by with a first look at the sports.
Well, villains and heroes both featuring in our footballing news this morning. So let's start on the positive side. Man City are now 12 points ahead of Liverpool at the top of the Premier League table. That was after their 2-0 win over Brentford yesterday. Goals from Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne giving them their 19th win of the season. Then Shea Adams scored a late winner as Southampton produced a superb comeback to beat Tottenham Hotspur and damage the hosts' bid for a Champions League spot. 2 goals in as little as 3 minutes won the game for the Saints, with Mohamed Elianoussi and then Adams heading beyond Hugo Lloris in almost identical fashion. Then Aston Villa, elsewhere, they played to an entertaining 3-3 draw in which both sides led in the match before eventually it ended all level. And then Norwich and Crystal Palace, they played out to a 1-1 draw as well. Now moving on to rugby news. South Africa's 4 United Rugby Championships teams will host the Scarlets, Munster, Cardiff and Zebra next month in 2 rescheduled rounds of the competition. That, of course, had to be postponed late last year due to COVID-19. The Sharks will host the Scarlets in Durban. The Bulls will then take on Munster in Pretoria. The Lions will battle it out with Cardiff in Johannesburg, and the Stormers will line up against Zebra down in Cape Town. That's, of course, in the rescheduled round 6 fixtures. That kicks off on the 11th of March. A week later, the round 7 fixtures will see the Bulls meet Scarlets, and that's in Pretoria. Then the Lions will take on Munster in Johannesburg. The Sharks will host Zebra down in Durban, and the Stormers go up against Cardiff in Cape Town. Then some incredible action on our cricketing pitches yesterday. Western Province Blitz, they completed the highest ever successful run chase at St George's Park as they beat the Warriors by 7 wickets in their CSA T20 challenge. Rian Luba once again shone brightest with the ball for the Warriors. He scored 69 not out at the top of the order as well. The left-hander blasting 6 fours and 1 6 as he helped his side post 163 for 5 in their 20 overs. In response, it was the Richard Levy show as the former Protea blasted 40 from just 17 balls to set the tone for the rest of the innings. And Jonathan Bird contributed with 39 as Western Province got over the line with 17 balls to spare. In the day's other game saw the Titans beating the Rocks by just 3 runs for their first win of the tournament. Then it went down to the wire with the Pretoria side taking 3 wickets for the addition of just 3 runs in the course of the final 2 overs. Junior Dala taking 3 wickets, while Quinton de Kock, he was also on form with the bat in hand, smashing 72 off 61. Then more drama in Formula One, and the season hasn't even begun yet. In fact, we can't let go of last season just yet. The FIA says it knows about radio messages from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that have now raised fresh questions about last year's title decider. So the messages seem to be further evidence of race director Michael Massey reacting to Red Bull's suggestions as to how to end a safety car period. Then Massey echoes Red Bull's language in a response that he gives to Mercedes. Now, spokesperson for Formula One's governing body, said, "We are aware of this and it is part of the investigation. So for about the 50th time, I say we will watch this space." And we will certainly continue to watch that space for the rest of the hour. If you missed any of those details, we'll do it again at 7. Right now, some strange weather, not just locally, but across the globe. Let's bring you a global perspective and then some of those temperatures here in South Africa.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a first look at your weather and your feel-good breakfast show, and starting off with environmentalists. And they are extremely perturbed about an oil spill off Nigeria's southern coast, which covers an area larger than 500 soccer pitches. This follows last Wednesday's explosion of an oil production vessel, the Trinity Spirit, that had a storage capacity of 2 million barrels, though it was not believed to have been storing that much. 3 people died in the blast. Idris Musa, head of Nigeria's National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, said chemical dispersants had been applied to reduce the damage to marine life in the area. When asked by reporters if the government body could deal with the slick effectively, Musa replied, and I quote, "Certainly we can. However, cynics will note that many previous oil spills in Nigeria have not been cleared up." On to some better news, that is your sunrise views. And let's take a look at those. And starting our morning is JP Malerba from Robertson, kicking us off with this gorgeous silhouetted shot of the sun coming up from behind the trees. Then Nick Lombard, a familiar name, as you may know, shared yet another stunning sunrise photo of his area in the Northern Cape, showing off the landscape and the sun peeking up over the horizon. Looking gorgeous. Keep it coming, please. We love it. It brightens the entire day in our mood on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So go to the Expresso Facebook page and post away if you got a good sunrise for us. As we take a look at your temperatures you can expect today to wake you up this morning. Polokwane, you will wake up with 16 degrees Celsius and jump up to 29 with thunder showers, around a 59% chance for you. Bombela, 18 up to 34, nice and hot. Pretoria, 18 to 29, warm for you, 40% chance of thunder showers. Johannesburg, 16 to 26, looking nice and chill, but still a nice warm day for you. Mahikeng, thunder showers coming your way too, 18 to 31 are the temperatures. Klerksdorp, you rise to 17 degrees Celsius, 31 is your max this afternoon. Kimberley, 18 to 34. Bloemfontein, you can expect 14, and 32 is how you thaw out later. Richards Bay, you top at 35 degrees Celsius, so make sure you're hydrated. 21 is your minimum. Pietermaritzburg, 19 to 33 today, also some thunder showers expected. Durban, 24 is your minimum, up to just 29. Mthatha, 18 to 36 degrees Celsius, some rain expected despite the warm temperatures. East London, 26 degrees Celsius is coming your way, 19 this morning. Cradock, 13 to 36. Gqeberha, you've got 17 to 25. George, 15 to 23 with a 59% chance of rain. Cape Town, 16 to 23. Worcester, 33 is your high from a low of 14. Sutherland, you top at 28 degrees Celsius from a low of 12. And Uppington, 20. And topping the temperatures, as you always do, 37 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your temperatures. I know you're going to have a great day. We've got so many fantastic performers coming through for you, as well as some good chats around dating. Let's take a look at what else we have in store for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Of course.
Our performer isn't going to be dating, though. We need to have a line there. Okay.
Actually, if I saw his name on Tinder, I would probably swipe left because his name is Killer G. Killer G. Like, Killer G doesn't sound like someone you would date. But on an app, like on an app, but you would date the person because of his voice. Look at it. I redeemed myself there. Look
I don't know. Look, maybe he's in a relationship and we're just getting him into so much trouble, but he's going to blow your mind with a couple of performances this morning. Then we're going to get into some of those dating apps that you can use safely and how to keep safe on the rest. Now, do you swipe left or right?
Swipe right.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Why? Because we make you feel good with incredible artists like this one. Now, from romantic ballads to sensual acoustic meditations, Afro soul, singer-songwriter Keela G has been blazing trails in the music industry since 2019. That EP dropped Stone Age. However, his music is far from prehistoric as it tackles a myriad of modern issues faced by today's generation. And let's take a look at a single called Green Conversations.
Don't get lost in the stars, yeah. The conversations that we have, never good, always bad, baby. Talking about the things we shouldn't have, yeah.
I mean, that's not smooth. I don't know what is. That is smooth. My goodness. So, please give a massive Expresso welcome to Keela G! Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Your Green Conversations. My goodness. I don't want to go too much into the color green and what those conversations are inspired by. I'm going to just call it environmental conversations about living a more green lifestyle. That's all I can say. But, just learning a bit more about you, Keela G. And I mean, welcome, by the way. I hope you're comfy. I got these pillows flown in just for you.
It's soft.
You're feeling good.
Yeah, nice.
Smooth like your music, man. That's how it goes. But I wanted to ask you about, you do a couple of different things. So you do, you're an instrumentalist, producer, songwriter, singer. Which one of those processes do you enjoy more? Do they just live in the same space for you?
Honestly, I enjoy more the production side of everything, because I feel like production, I love foundation. I love everything that starts from the ground up, I don't like starting on a high. I like starting low, because that's when even if it doesn't go well, at least you started something, So that's how I see it. I love the production process, but I love performing more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a bit of production, bit of performing.
Yeah.
That's your vibe. Which is so beautiful, because, performing hasn't been the same over the past 2 years, so it's been quite tough for us to get out there. I know 2019 was a breakout year, and then 2020 hit. How did you manage to navigate that, especially with regard to knowing that you're breaking into an industry, dropping that EP in 2019, and now you're like, hey, I'm ready for this, and then 2020 hits. How was that for you, motivationally, getting into the industry?
I think it definitely played a massive role in teaching me a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
I think I definitely needed lockdown to just understand myself a little bit more, and I'm sure everyone did, I started reading a little bit more, getting to know my family, the person that I'm with as well. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that moment, but it was tough. It's a moment that I'll never forget. And I want to carry on and just work harder. I want to have that same attitude.
That's so important.
that I had.
As your music's still playing with me here as I'm chatting to you, and I'm vibing. I don't know about you, that's the beauty about music.
Yeah.
It puts you in a certain mood and it gives you a certain tone for the day.
Sure.
Your EP, Elegant King, is it? I'd love to know a bit more about constructing that and getting behind that. I mean, how has that development gone,
Elegant King is basically it's like a Grootman side of me. It's like a Grootman side of me. It's more about a Stone Age, which was the first EP that I released. It's basically about the love that I just received and I just took in, And then Elegant King is the understanding of the love that I received and that I took in, There's more of an understanding there's more maturity. Someone actually sent me a message saying that the transition from Stone Age to Elegant King is basically a root that grew into not a flower but a tree, proper growth. So I think it's more of the mature sound that I have.
I can tell that,
that
it's smooth, it's powerful.
Yeah.
And we'll get to hear this, which is a little bit later, which is great. I cannot wait. 2022, big year. What are we expecting? I know Elegant King, of course, but what other things do you have in the pipeline? Are we going collaboration? Are we going international? What's the vibe?
Definitely more collaborations,
Okay.
more shows. I have a show on Saturday, which is called The One Love Show, and a show on the 25th, which is called A Quiet Taste. And there's more of those happening, obviously, with the restrictions being chilled. And I have an album coming up, special features, but you'll hear it soon.
Are you going to tell us the name of the album? Any scoops about the album? Nothing?
No. I don't want to.
What does it start with? I'll start guessing. It's fine. I'm kidding. It's all right. Kila G, it's going to be such an honor to have you perform. We love your sounds. It's going to be smooth. So if you are looking for a tone setter, if you're having a date, an early morning date, which people actually do, then stick with us. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show with Kila G a little bit later.
Ah, deep, man.
Yeah.
Deep.
So, such a soulful voice. Ooh.
Man, absolutely love it. Cannot wait for those performances. But right now, we want to give you stuff. We want to give you some really cool stuff that's going to make your life so much better. We want you to experience Red and unlock more with Vodacom's Red plans and some pretty amazing giveaways, as we have proven over the last few weeks. So right now, if you switch to Red between the 7th of Feb and the 6th of March, you'll unlock a free rugby jersey. You also stand a chance of winning a tent at the Vodacom Red Father and Son Campout, and that's happening in March. That's if you're a Red VIP member, though.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine you and Jack doing this? Like, this would be
I've
the
covered
cutest
those
thing
events
ever.
before. They are so cool.
Oh, my
gosh. They are so
like,
cool.
Hitting me in the field this morning. Now, of course, since Vodacom is giving away a free rugby jersey each week for the month of Feb, we asked you what are some of your favourite benefits from the Vodacom Red VIP. I think we should take a look at some of the comments that we received from you guys at home.
Yeah, let's start with Butleng Aqua Tamai. It said it has to be unlocking summer Voda bucks.
Jeanette
Money you can
Russ also
spend.
said basically all of the benefits, which include contract rewards, Vodabucks store, multi-sim, the data sharing, rewards club, video tickets, theft cover, screen cover. I feel like Jeanette could have gone on and on and on, but we hear you, girl.
I'm just thinking of all the things that I should have that I don't have. Tao Topsy Morapana saying my favourite benefits are the travelling rewards, unlimited minutes, and 15 gigabytes of Vodacom data. Fingers crossed, amazing giveaway. Remember to tune in on Friday to find out who the lucky winner is, guys. Lots of great suggestions. All of you are on the money, but there can only be one.
Yeah, and it could be you. So Vodacom and Expresso want you to experience Red and unlock a free rugby jersey by giving away one of 3 Vodacom United Championship jerseys each week for the month of Feb. Now, all you have to do is simply reply to the competition post on our Facebook, Twitter or Instagram and tell us what are some of your favourite benefits from the Vodacom Red VIP. Don't forget to use the hashtag #ExperienceRed, unlock more. And remember, the competition closes today at 10 a.m. and those T's and C's do apply and can be found on our website, Expresso.
And here's the kicker. You know, we've got the international teams coming in for the United Rugby Championship now, and they're opening up to just a few fans. Just imagine you could be one of those fans in an actual jersey at the match supporting your team. Absolutely awesome. All the best of luck with that. We'll see you in a moment.
Switch to Red and unlock a free rugby jersey. Get this great Samsung deal for only 1,299 Rand per month. Further together, Vodacom.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3, and we are talking all things dating because since the movie The Tinder Swindler was released, we've been, alerted to the fact that dating online isn't only potentially awkward, but it could actually be very unsafe. Now, Grant's here to help us be more safe if we are venturing into the world of online dating. I feel like now's the time to probably say I did reactivate my online profile, got overwhelmed, and then shut it down.
Telling the whole country this. What do you do?
It was on for like the weekend, and then it got shut down.
Did people think that it was a catfish? I'm sure people were like...
There was one person that asked for a voice note to prove it's me.
Also, I could also like get you onto radio. Wait, okay. Away from muting, I feel like that's a whole different topic. Tinder Swindler. Oh my gosh.
No spoilers, please. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so I'll avoid spoilers, but I think now that it's coming up to Valentine's Day, more people are going to be on these dating apps. I mean, you opened yours, closed it over the weekend. And also that means that people that are trying to take advantage of people that are in a position of being vulnerable and wanting to open up for love is high and rife. And the Tinder Swindler obviously is the biggest, most extreme version of it. And I'd like to state flat out that I don't blame the women that are inside that show. I think there are a lot of people on Twitter doing that. It's really unfortunate. There are people that are extremely manipulative, and when you watch the show, you'll start to understand, and you're not in that person's shoes, and being manipulated can happen to you very, very easily. So there are a couple of things that you should be on the lookout before you get manipulated and before you think that you're smarter than all these women that are on the show. The first one is, if you connect on an app and you go out for a date, meet in a public place. It's extremely important. Yeah, do you have a story?
So I have a question. So how soon after you've connected should you meet? Because I have this theory, meet them as soon as possible so that it doesn't turn into a WhatsApp or a chit-chat relationship. But how soon is maybe too soon? Because it could also be awkward if, what happened to me is they're like, hey, and then it's within minutes. We're like, let's meet on Wednesday. And I'm not ready for that.
No. Only meet when you're ready. Don't feel bullied to do anything that you're not comfortable with, including if it's meeting up for the first time or giving large sums of money. Anything that you feel uncomfortable with, make sure that you put a stop in it. And then also have an exit strategy. So if you do start having a date at whatever stage, make sure that it's a short date, that it's in a public area, and that, like I said initially, and that you can leave very quickly. So with Amber and I made sure that we met at just after lunch, or just before lunch for a coffee, so that she has an exit. So if she's not comfortable or I'm not comfortable for that first date, that she can go hey, I've got to go somewhere for lunch, or it's out in public, it's fine, you can leave, and it's less awkward that way.
Yeah.
So have an exit strategy to make yourself, put any stops in to make yourself feel comfortable in that scenario.
I'm smiling because I'm just picturing Papa Grant Hinds for when Jamie is one day at that dating stage. You're like, make sure it's a public place. Make sure it's this.
No, but that was something when I was dating online. I made sure that it's my job as the man in the situation to make somebody feel as comfortable as possible. So no hikes, just the two of us alone in the middle of the mountains, none of those things. Make sure that the environment for them is easy to, and it's good for you because you want to make whoever you're dating the most comfortable that they can, and also give them the out because it might be awkward for you too, and go hey, it's so cool, I've got to go do laundry.
Yeah, but that was the thing last year. That was the thing last year. Everybody went on hikes for the first time. Everyone was trying to do social events for the first time, meeting the people. But be comfortable, because there's nothing worse than both of you being uncomfortable. It is the first date. You want to make it as natural as possible and see the person in their natural habitat. The worst thing people do is go on these pretentious dates. And I remember Tabisa mentioned this last year. Let's go to a 5-star restaurant. You don't even like 5-star food. Why are you there? So now you're I'm going to have the Aaron Chitran, huh? You can't what? Give me some high scores or something. Let's do something real.
Yeah, I do something pretty chilled and inexpensive, like a cup of coffee. That's that's would be my first port of call. But then second, or following that, make sure that you let at least 2 people know where you are, so that you don't go on a date in private. And even if it's just, ideally you'd want to share your location with those people, but just let them know that you are seeing somebody. Often, and I think this is really good practice, women will then share a profile with their friends. So they meet somebody, go hey, I'm going on a date with this guy. What do you think? You know, and then they can like chit-chat about the guy, whatever. That's fine. But it also gives their friend like a barometer, like who is this person? Who are they dating? If something goes wrong, they know who to contact. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I actually did this last year. I sent my best friend, I was like, oh my word, I'm going on a date. This is this guy. And I gave him his name. She actually Googled him and found out he was actually a soccer player and was like from Germany or something. And she was like, Jamie, do you know you're going on a date with him? I'm like, yeah, his name is da-da-da-da. And she's like, no, he's... Anyway, again, another topic for another day.
Oh, you know, all these celebrities, dating celebrities. Very cool.
It's a scary world.
And then a good tip for as the relationship progresses, and just in general, make sure that nobody makes you keep a secret that you are not comfortable sharing with somebody else. I think relationship secrets can be dangerous because you are an individual in a relationship, and you shouldn't have to hold somebody's baggage for them. You should be able to like offload to your friends. And if there's anything that they want you to keep a secret, and you'll see it in Tinder Swindler, he does this a lot. It's a method of control. Okay. So you make sure that you give somebody something that you think is important and secretive that they can't tell anybody else, or that you demand that they don't tell anybody else, and now you're like beholden to this person because you've got like some information, like really important information.
Flag.
Huge red flag. And it's something that we think or we're taught is normal. Oh, like there's secrets in relationships, but it's also very dangerous because you should, as a partner, let your partner have the freedom to express any kind of secrets that they feel comfortable with people that they feel comfortable with. But like family members, you know, anybody that says like you can't see your mom, or you can't
red flag.
you know, huge red flags.
Yeah. Grant, we can talk about this all day. I feel like they should have a whole show just on our dating experiences with Grant's expertise on using apps. But do stay tuned with us as we've got more tech talk coming up, especially heading to Valentine's Day, and you're perhaps looking at ways to put yourself out there safely.
Thank you so much, ladies and Grant. More dating advice coming your way. But right now, let's get you inspired for date night come Valentine's Day. And if pulled beef, burgers, tacos, and delectable nachos are some of your favorite things, you might want to stop what you're doing right now and turn your attention to our, get this, chipotle pulled beef nachos with a jalapeno dressing. This dish needs to happen on date night. And Tando is here to show us how it's made. Oh, there are so many pluses here. Tando, first of all, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm even more excited because I love the chipotle flavor profile.
Yes.
One of my absolute favorites. I love pulled beef. I love nachos, and now we're combining it all together.
All together, yeah.
Oh, it's magical.
Makes magic.
Okay, so where do we begin?
So I'm getting started here on the beef. So we're gonna slow cook the beef. I'm gonna add some onions, saute all of that, just spices, garlic, just to get that all those flavors inside there.
Flavor.
Some stock as well to get that meat nicely cooked and moist.
Because that's the whole idea. Pulled beef
Exactly.
be falling apart.
Yeah, falling apart. And then once that beef is ready, then you're gonna pull it apart nicely. So you're gonna pour everything in here and let this cook nice and slow.
I love this. And this we're obviously doing quite intentionally.
Yeah.
If you've got like a beef roast or beef left over, this is a great way to use that little bit of beef, stretch it out,
Yeah.
make it go the distance.
Those leftover pieces just sort of chilling. And,
They will chill no more. And I like the idea of something spicy on Valentine's Day. Have you got Valentine's plans yet?
You know what? We don't need to talk about this. It's a sensitive issue. It's not how
Let's
it
just
works.
say her enemies are coming. Send money.
Listen.
Send money now. Listen.
Send money will fix it. Then you're gonna get started for me on the dip.
Okay,
So we're
brilliant.
gonna go plus yogurt and then some green pepper.
How much does it matter at this point?
Maybe 2-3 spoonfuls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love this. With the plain flavour variants of the dairy snack,
Yes.
we can take it anywhere. Obviously, it's luxurious and creamy and beautiful. We've got some... And I like that addition of a bit of crunch.
Crunch,
And some texture.
And healthy stuff somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
There
add a
is
little
nutrients
health,
in
yeah.
here, we promise.
Yeah. So once the
Beautiful.
beef is done, what you're gonna do is shred it. Take 2 forks, shred it nicely, and then you're gonna add some of the chipotle sauce. So this is where the spiciness comes in. You're gonna add the chipotle sauce and get this going nice and soft.
Oh,
Here we
I
go.
love chipotle. It's nice because, I mean, there is a bit of spice, but
Yeah.
it's that smoky flavour
That's
profile
smoky.
that I love.
All the flavors are super balanced and it just hits right. And then once you're done here, you're gonna layer all of this.
Oh, it's so magical.
I'm gonna sprinkle some cheese for me.
Okay. And And this, I would think a nice neutral cheese is great, so like a mozzarella would be great. But hey, if you've got a cheese that floats your boat, do it, man. If your significant other has a favorite cheese, use that.
Cheddar would also go. You could do like a 3 cheese.
Yes.
Just mix it up and add lots of cheese if you're a cheese lover.
And this is the thing, if you ever go to a restaurant and you order something and you're like, there wasn't enough cheese, there wasn't enough flavor. You're making it yourself. You can put as much as you want.
Yeah. And you can go over there with guac as well. You could literally put all your favorite toppings and nobody's holding you back.
I love that. And then there's something quite cute about sharing nachos together. You can feed each other.
No.
Hey, come on. Come on, man. It's a bit lonely if you're just going to eat them. You could actually sit on your own and eat this whole thing.
That sounds like my Valentine's Day.
Hey, I'm sorry.
That's pretty accurate.
No, that's lovely. It's actually really sweet, man. Self-love is absolutely vital. Obviously, we're jazzing this guy up with our Clover Classic Dairy Snack. Deliciously smooth, creamy dairy snack made according to Clover's unique recipe. And, of course, with the plain flavor that we're using here, so many different directions you could take this, as I said. It can be enjoyed on its own, simply as a snack, or you can use it in beautiful recipes like this. Absolutely beautiful flavor profile and so simple to make.
Yeah.
Tando, love it. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to shimmy across to go and have a taste. But, of course, you can get onto expressoshow.com right now and get this full recipe.
Let me know how it tastes.
Okay, I'm going to try and get a little bit of everything with this bite, so it's not going to be the best TV bite.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a good sound. I'm happy to hear that.
That is beautiful.
Boop, boop.
Oh, there is a little bit of spice, but it's balanced out beautifully. I think the Bliss Double Cream makes it,
Pulls it nicely, tempers all those flavors nicely with the freshness.
It's got everything. It's got texture. It's got bucket loads of flavor. There's a novelty about this because it's something quite different.
Yeah.
And you will love it, and it can be shared. Well, I'm sending you lots of love, okay?
Me too.
I'm gonna imagine you eating this alone on Valentine's Day.
I'll imagine you feeding someone, okay?
Oh, it can be made alone. It can be made for someone that you love. It can be made for a party. Maybe invite your friends around if you are single on Valentine's Day. There's nothing stopping you from sharing the love, but you can find this recipe on expressoshow.com.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and you are going to be inspired because our next guest is a very influential blogger by the name of Theodora Lee. She's on a journey of growth and expanding the definition of who she really is. Now, for years on social media, she's created a safe space for sharing guidance on growing up and being happy.
So happy. So I'm happy that she's here. Actually, she's written a novel called #Happy. I mean, spoiler alert. And that's the name of the book. It's beautiful. It deals with a lot of trending topics and is also currently one of the top-selling local books in the children, young adults category. And Theodora Lee joins us on the couch to tell us a bit more. In fact, I'm going to need a round of applause. Theodora Lee, ladies and gentlemen, because she's doing social media for good. Congratulations. Well done. You've achieved self-actualization for someone to use social media for good.
I try.
And not hi guys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Welcome back to my channel.
Yes.
Oh, well, you nailed it. You nailed it. You are a creator. Now, please put digital creator in your bio now, just saying that. No, jokes aside, I mean, you really are using your platform for good. You're using social media to really educate people and just bring about a change for people. But you wrote a book. Why go that route?
I think writing has always been my main passion. You have to write if you're going to be a content creator. And it felt like the natural next step for me. I always wanted to write this book. It's probably my lifetime goal. And I started writing it ages ago. So I'm just really, really happy that it's finally out there in the world.
You've stumbled into something that is just so powerful. Because I feel like there are just so many individuals who have an addiction to social media.
Yeah.
And now this particular book tracks that through. An aspiring influencer lands in rehab because of social media addiction. I'd love to know the concept, where that came from, what you saw in the world that made you say, this is a very, very good narrative.
Yeah, well, I suppose it comes from my experience. I mean, I'm not saying that I was necessarily addicted. Maybe I was. But, you know, I got to see a lot being a content creator. And, you know, just addiction in general is something that I find quite interesting. So I wanted to merge the two worlds together and see what would come out. It's still something that, you know, we're still unsure whether it, you know, can be classified as the same addiction as, you know, alcohol or drugs. So it was an exploration, really, and, you know, well-researched. I went to rehab centres, I went to NA meetings, and I tried to see, like, if somebody was addicted to social media, how that would work. Yeah.
So interesting. You're an advocate for mental health as well, always making sure that you check in with people, how they're really doing, especially with social media. Social media is crazy. I mean, like, it's a lot of triggers out there. But what was the process like, again, writing for you? Because I'm sure you had to put yourself in that position in the book, like living the story as well, making sure that, okay, check yourself, Theodora. Are you addicted to these things? How do you resonate with the book as well?
Yeah, I think it was very therapeutic. It was a way for me to reflect on that time in my life and just, you know, just spill out everything that I suppose, some of the things that I went through, some things were totally fictionalized. And I guess it was just an ode to that time in my life, yeah.
Wow. You know, when I take a look at the book, I think a lot of people would want to get this and read through it and get reflective and do some introspection because, you know, there are moments, and I think that there has to be a proper investigation into the addiction of social media and, you know, versus the other things. Because what are you doing? You're going to a place that is taking a lot of your time. It feels like an escapism. I mean, I could land up 3 hours in Reels alone. So there's this thing about it that it's comforting. And if you look at all of the psychological cues and how people get into addiction, it just feels so parallel that I think what you've done is you've opened up a really great opportunity for proper research into this. And I think that's something that I have to applaud you for.
Thank you.
How do we get the hands on the book?
Well, it's in all the local bookshops, and you can also buy it online. It's available for download on Kindle, so pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to find out, is there something that surprised you about writing this book? Was there at any point you found yourself like, wait, what?
I think it was just how long it took, but also how much I, you know, enjoyed the process. So even though it didn't get published the moment I sent it out to that first person, I was very happy to go back and, you know, continue chipping away at it for many years. So it was very interesting how I just sort of never sort of gave up. I really enjoyed it as a passion project.
Were you #happy?
When it was done, yes. When it was done, I was very #happy.
#happy we are, and I think you'll be very #happy to know that Theodora's book is available to you. We've got a little competition going on. And if you're keen to win it, here are a few things. You can always just go to the Expresso show, of course, the website. We've got a little post over there. We also do have something very special, which is how does social media impact your happiness? You can actually share that answer on the Expresso Facebook page and be descriptive. You know, kind of do some introspection. I think that's what the book promotes, which is great. A little bit of reflection, and you could indeed win. It is fantastic. And if you're looking for competition, it actually closes at 12 on the 11th. So make sure you get there as soon as possible and remain #happy. Like Theodora. That's great. Hey, guys.
Ah, thank you so much, guys. Now, when it comes to the latest gadgets, to homeware, to appliances and so much more, I think we can trust our Tubiso to have the plug on what we need this season. So let's join our avid shopper right now on his recent outing to the grand opening of Game's new Soweto store.
Forget this. It feels like just yesterday when I stepped into the very first reimagined approach to shopping when Game launched their very first future-ready store at the Mall of Africa. I mean, they changed the game. And today, the wait is over for Sowetans as Game ushers in a brand new, fresh and reimagined approach to shopping for them. Yes, I'm talking about the Jabulani Mall Game store. I am ready to shop. Come with me. Come. You know what? Game knows how to set the tone and create all of the excitement and the hype. And every time they bring out the balloons and the ribbons, you know it's going to be a good time. All the customers who've waited so long for their favorite store to reopen, that was so cool. And the staff was enthusiastic, ready to help. Oh, and the deals. Don't get me started. Catherine, can you tell how excited I am about this launch? I mean, come on, future-ready concept store at Jabulani Mall. It's been a long time coming. But today, you've got an inspiring story to tell. This store was vandalized and really was down to ashes last year during the looting. And today, we are cutting a ribbon. I mean, can you cope?
Yes, it was just, you know, so exciting that our associates were so proud. They were dancing, they were cheering. We had such a good party this morning before we opened the store. We cut the ribbon, and most exciting thing in the world is to see that crowd of Sowetans waiting to enter the brand new game, you know, and have everything inside it to make them feel like winners when they leave. So it was just amazing.
And you also made a winner, the very first customer to go through the till point. That guy won 5,000 Rand on the spot. I mean, I should have been quick. I should have been quicker. I should have grabbed a pack of sweets, something. Come on. You should have pre-warned me.
Yes, he just made his day. So he actually told me afterwards that his 21st was ruined because of COVID, and now he's having a party because he's going to get all his party things at Game.
Your ability to put smiles on people's faces all the time so consistently.
Amazing.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm standing right next to the man of the hour, the very first customer to swipe at the till points at the opening of this Game stores in Soweto. Umpo, congratulations, 5,000 Rand richer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm blessed. It's by the grace, honestly.
So, I mean, you left home this morning on a mission to go get a toaster and a book, and then you walked out of the store. Well, you're about to walk out of the store with 5,000 Rand in your pocket. What a huge check. Where are we spending it, my friend?
Well, I had to spend it at Game. But I'm going to spend it here in this store specifically. Definitely.
Yankee.
Hey, how's it?
Mr. Party.
Hey, finally, you, man.
It's finally happening. I saw you cutting that ribbon and I saw you beaming with pride because you are ready to welcome all of your customers back into the store.
Yes.
It must have taken a lot to prepare for this.
A big time. It was a long way. It was a journey. The way the store is looking like now is really appealing. From the olden way, how the store was looking like was like an old store. So, but now it's a new looking store at the moment.
Yeah.
We started from scratch.
Yeah.
You see a beautiful looking store like this, it's easy for them to pull their customers back to their business.
The nice thing is that you've got something for every customer, so they're not going to have a problem or any challenges with that.
Yes.
I wish you all of the best. It's going to be such a fun time. Every time I'm in Soweto, you know, Hakele Mumsotra.
Yes.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice to see you.
My experience in the store so far, there was very happy vibes. As soon as we came in, there was Mr. Pig over there. We took pictures with my kids. The other thing that I like about the store is the merchandising. It's very convenient. You find things packed nicely. I stay very close to the area, so it'll be very convenient if I buy everything this side. Yeah.
My experience has been great so far. I see they've rearranged even some of the goods in the store, so it never used to be this setup, but it looks great, man. There's enough space to walk around and it's quite great.
Customers are changing and moving all the time. I mean, we looked after customers during COVID, you know, then we had the looting and we got stock back to customers quickly then. What's on my mind now is inflation. Inflation's creeping up, the interest rate's gone up. So my credit offering is really good now. And of course, we've got some price locks on a lot of key value items for customers so that they know they can come to game. It's going to cost the same this month, next month, the next month. That's been important for me.
Catherine, Future Ready is an exciting promise. It's an exciting concept. Honestly, I mean, it's mind-blowing. And the way that you've been able to translate that for your customers, I love that. How are you hoping that Future Ready is going to change the lives of your customers?
So my customers need to have a wonderful experience. So that means that they can come into the store, they can get the stock that they need, whether it's appliances, whether it's baby clothing, redoing their dining room or whatever the case may be. They get it here, they get it delivered to their house, they get it installed. So we've got an installation service, your aircon, your washing machine, put up your TV for you. People also need tech support. They need help, especially varsity students and people that are home office, small office. They come in, they get their laptops fixed here, their cell phones, their printers.
What I've loved seeing today is all of the customers walking out feeling like absolute winners. You really are living up to that promise. I've got lots of shopping to do. I mean, come on, you look over there, everywhere, there's something for me, so I'll catch you later. I mean, I had to get a bin because here's the truth, you'll get nowhere without a bin, okay? You know what? A yogi like me has to have all the yoga mats and all of the colors. In fact, you know what? I think I'm playing myself here. I need a trolley because when I walked in here, I didn't anticipate I'd be shopping so much. Let's get a trolley. You know what? I will tell you this. Game is reimagining and changing the way that we do shopping at our favorite stores. Everything from brand new layout, especially at a store like this, that honestly a lot of people thought was never going to make it back. This is really exciting and there truly is something for everyone. I mean, those unbeatable deals, don't get me started. In fact, this trolley is not going to fill itself. More shopping for me. I'll see you later, man. Cheers.
Everyone's rushing out to get their 2-minute noodles and their yoga mats.
I just can't wait to see him put that yoga mat to good use. But of course, Africa's retail giant doing it bigger and better this year. Good.
Yeah, and congrats to, I know how emotionally invested Catherine and the team are in every new store that opens. So congratulations to them, to our voucher winner, $5,000 in the bag, not bad, but to all of the customers that are going to be able to enjoy it. We really are with you. Savor every moment and some amazing deals. welcome back. You are still live with Expresso. Yes, they are still coming and we still need money. No, I'm joking, but not to make you nervous. Please, no need to panic. Valentine's Day is coming. It's on Monday. So you've still got a few days to make an ingenious plan for your loved ones and for yourself. And if you really don't know what to do, Nedbank are giving you a chance to win one of 5,000 Rand Avo app vouchers. So to enter, you've got to share your best love on a budget app. Now, I know we want to spend money. You want to buy 100 red roses. You want to do these things, but you don't have to, okay? So first, I'm going to find out from the rest of the team what their ideas are for a budget-friendly date for Valentine's Day. Knowing you, it's probably not even going to be a date. Are you going to... You're going to make money on your Valentine's Day.
I'm working, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think budget things, you have to do something that is just, it's got to be thoughtful but meaningful.
Meaningful.
And not cheesy. And there's a fine line between.
So what about my nachos that I made earlier? Those are very cheesy.
Those are proper cheesy. That's a cheese we can allow. No,
are they allowed?
I mean, also it's nachos.
That's that was my plan A, eh? Was just make the nachos and
just feed her.
She loves nachos. She absolutely loves
it. I think any sort of feeding is good. But there was actually an idea that came my way, and it was around making vouchers. Let's just say if you're really out of money, you create little vouchers, and you do little vouchers around. Hugs and small favors.
This voucher entitles you to give me a shoulder massage.
That's correct. Things like that. And I think that's something that's sweet. I know it doesn't cost anything, but it really, you can actually put some effort into the voucher making and then have that delivered.
I dig it, man. My son actually did something similar for Father's Day, and it's so cute. And I've kept a couple of them because they're just so sweet. Yeah. But I love that. That's a great idea. You wouldn't have to spend money anyway, man. Hey?
What?
No.
Why? I know. Actually, I'm very excited this year. I'm actually going all out. It's my first time I'm celebrating Valentine's Day in 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Read between the lines.
Yes, indeed. But
can I tell you what I did?
What do you do?
So he's not watching the show right now, so I can actually share this.
Okay.
I actually made a CD with a picture of us, and I put down all our favorite songs since the first time we met, and I also bought him like a big aromat and put like a little note, here's to adding more spice in your life for the next Valentine's Day.
So hold on, so you had aromat in the CD?
In the CD, so like with all our favorite songs since the first day we met.
So Graham, I did say the fine line of cheese, eh?
Why is he not watching? Surely he should be watching
He's at work right now. He's at work right now, but his mom is probably watching, so please don't tell him my ideas.
With us, I'm just still at that phase now. As much as we want to get away from the kids and have our own time, all we do is sit and talk about them and then video call the sitter and want to update. And we're just so in our little family bubble. So we're going to bake. We're going to bake heart-shaped biscuits together and kind of make it a family Valentine's Day, just so my kids can enjoy, because we love love.
Yeah.
On the show, we love love, and I love the fact that that's part of my life, so I want my kids to appreciate that as well.
But I want that aromat CD love, too.
Yeah, man.
One day when you guys are big.
Oh, you know what would go really well with my nachos?
What's that?
Aromat. A bit of spice.
A little bit of spice. Well, here's the good news. Our friends at Nedbank have shared their official advice with us, and they said, dress up, prepare your gifts, and rather prepare a delicious and romantic meal at home together. Eating out on the busiest night of the year is not ideal unless you score a major deal.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, besides the cookies, what dish would you make for Lindsay and the kids?
It sounds ridiculous, but she loves, like, my steak thing is kind of our thing, and she absolutely adores a good steak, and it's one of the things that I can actually make quite well. So I'll probably go for something along those lines.
I'm into
nice bottle of red.
I'm into poke bowls at the moment, so like just like a play on like salmon, some avo.
And it's quite romantic because you can, like, with the little chopsticks, you can feed
with the aromat as well.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Well, if you've got another love on a budget tip for us this Valentine's Day, please share it with us on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter page, or our kind of official social media space using the hashtag #TakeYourMoneySeriously, and you could be one of those 5 people to win that 5,000 Rand Avo app voucher, which is possibly the most romantic gift because you can shop basically anything on the Avo app.
Yes, and remember those T's and C's do apply and can be found on nedbank.co.za. Good luck. Like we said, Valentine's Day is taking place this Monday, so you still have time to go out there and make that person that you love feel special.
The cheesier the better, I think, actually. The cheesier the better. So let's hand over to the cheesiest man I know for those news headlines.
Thank you so much. Cheesy I am, but now I'll get nice and serious for you for the news update. It's just after 7 o'clock. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And the city of Tshwane yesterday cut the power of many businesses and residents owing money. The city is waging an aggressive campaign to ensure all involved pay up with a debtor's book of 17 billion rand. A luxury hotel near the Union buildings owing some 23 million rand saw its power cut, as did state-owned parastatal Denal owing 2.2 billion rand. A Twitter post from the city said there would be no fear or favor. SA Navy headquarters owes 3 million rand for property rates, and a similar fate awaits if it omits to cough it up. The streets around the city of Cape Town, the City Hall in fact, meanwhile were abuzz with activity yesterday as final preparations are underway, and they were put in place for the 2022 State of the Nation SONA address this evening. It will be the first time in democratic South Africa's history that SONA will take place outside the parliamentary precinct after it was gutted by a devastating fire. Parliament's presiding officers yesterday said they were satisfied with the preparations. The country's energy crisis is expected to feature prominently in this year's SONA. On to international news. A landslide triggered by heavy rains has killed at least 15 people in central Colombia. Another 35 were admitted to hospital after several homes were engulfed in the Dos Quebradas municipality. Colombia's disaster management officials said rescue teams were searching in the mud for more survivors. There are fears that the death toll will rise further. Residents living close to a swollen river nearby had to be moved to safety. Landslides are common in Colombia, and houses built on steep hillsides are at particular risk during the rainy season. Senegal has rewarded each member of the national soccer team with cash and plots of land following their win in the Africa Cup of Nations. Each team member received some $87,000 and a plot during a ceremony at the presidential palace. And President Macky Sall appointed the team to Senegal's prestigious Order of the Lion, with fans cheering outside the palace gates. He also praised the team's coach, Aliou Cisse. Senegal defeated Egypt 4-2 on penalties, becoming the tournament champions for the first time in their history. And on to some news. You may want to keep your eyes peeled if you are in the Cape Town and Durban areas, because mega Hollywood star, that's Tom Cruise, is due in Cape Town and Durban soon, as Paramount's Mission Impossible 8 is about to be filmed in South Africa under the direction of Cruise's longtime collaborator, Chris McQuarrie. And the top movie action man was spotted in Namibia in December, checking out potential locations for the latest installment of the hit spy franchise. Reports suggest filming is mainly due to take place in Durban and Cape Town, and part of the crew in fact arrived in Durban on Sunday. The city of Cape Town has already issued 1,017 film shoot permits and is expecting to see a boost to the economy as other international movie crews also head to SA's shores. And Cruise has starred in every Mission Impossible since it launched in 1996, and the franchise has so far earned a mind-boggling $3.5 billion. Reports suggest that director Chris McQuarrie may be looking to vary up the look of the film a wee bit after 7 previous installments, thus the sojourn to Cape Town and Durban. Other stars in the movie will include Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Gary Yules, and Indira Varma. That's a wrap-up of your news, and your next update is in 1 hour, but onto the sports. Graham is standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's start with last night's footballing action. The Premier League back in full swing now, and Man City 12 points now clear of Liverpool at the top of the Premier League table. That was after a 2-0 win over Brentford last night. Goals from Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne doing the job, giving City their 19th win of the season. Then Shea Adams scored a late winner as Southampton produced a superb comeback to beat Tottenham and damage the hosts' bid for a Champions League spot. 2 goals in 3 minutes, winning the the game for the Saints, with Mohamed Elianusi and then Adams heading beyond Hugo Lloris in almost identical fashion. Then Aston Villa and Leeds played out to a very entertaining 3-3 draw, in which both sides led in the match before it eventually ended level. Then Norwich and Crystal Palace also played out to a draw 1-1 there. Then we can get excited once again about some inbound rugby. South Africa's 4 United Rugby Championship teams will host Scarlets, Munster, Cardiff and Zebra next month in 2 rescheduled rounds of the competition, which of course had to be postponed late last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So the Sharks will host the Scarlets in Durbs, the Bulls will take on Munster in Pretoria, the Lions will battle it out with Cardiff in Johannesburg, and the Stormers will then line up against Zebra down in Cape Town in that rescheduled round 6 of those fixtures and that's on the weekend from the 11th to the 13th of March. Then just a week later, the round 7 fixtures will see the Bulls up against the Scarlets in Pretoria, the Lions up against Munster in Johannesburg, the Sharks hosting Zebra down in Durban, and the Stormers then going up against Cardiff in Cape Town. Then we were treated to some spectacular cricket locally yesterday as Western Province Blitz, they completed the highest successful run chase in the format at St George's Park as they beat the Warriors by 7 wickets in their CSA T20 challenge. Vian Luba once again shone brightest with the bat in hand for the Warriors, scoring 69 not out at the top of the order. The left-hander blasting 6 fours and 1 6 as he helped the side to 163 for 5 in their 20 overs. In response, it was the Richard Levy show once again as the former Protea blasted 40 from just 17 balls. And that set the tone for the rest of the innings. Jonathan Bird also contributed with 39 as Western Province got over the line with 17 balls to spare. Then in the day's other game, we saw the Titans beating the Rocks by just 3 runs for their first win of the tournament. Went down to the wire with the Pretoria's side taking 3 wickets for the addition of just 3 runs in the course of those final 2 overs. Junior Dyler weighing in with 3 wickets, while Quinton de Kock was influential as always, smashing 72 off 61 balls. Then it seems we can't let go of last season just yet as we turn to Formula One. Now, the FIA says it knows about the radio messages from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that have raised now fresh questions about last year's title decider. The messages seem to be further evidence of race director Michael Masi reacting to Red Bull's suggestions as to how to end a safety car period. And Masi then echoes Red Bull's language in a response that he gives to Mercedes. And a spokesman for Formula One's governing body have said, and we quote, "We are aware of this and it is part of the investigation." Where will it lead? We'll watch that space closely, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get another weather update, global perspective, and then some of the temperatures here in South Africa.
Thank you so much, G, for that sports update. While the world presently has hard choices to make over how to use land in the most sustainable and effective way, that's a take-home message from 50 leading experts on why land matters in tackling a host of existential challenges. Now, vast areas of land are being earmarked for grand plans to fight climate change and nature loss. Yet land is also needed for food production and alleviating poverty. We live on this used planet where all the land that's even considered unused or untouched is providing really important benefits to people, says Dr. Ariane de Brandt of the University of Bern in Switzerland. She added that there was simply just not enough land to do everything simultaneously. The paper, published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, set out why land matters in a host of problems facing humanity. Then, of course, from serious matters, we move on to some lighter news and some views, namely the sunrise images submitted daily by you, our lovely viewers. Renee Lemmer from Glen Eden on the Wild Coast kicks off our 7 a.m. update with the silhouetted photo showing off the morning sky filled with hues of pink and yellow. And then Stanley Berg from the Karoo captured this breathtaking shot showing off the morning's colors reflected perfectly in the body of water in the foreground. And that is how you Thursday, everybody. But right now, let me get you geared up for the rest of the day with those temperatures. For you, Polokwane, thunder showers are coming your way with a low of 16 that will peak at 29. Mbombela, your day starts at 18 and will reach a high of 34, as well as Pretoria can also expect some thunder showers today with a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 29. Johannesburg, for you, it is a range of 16 to 26, as well as Mahikeng ranging from 18 to 31. Klerksdorp, if you're out and about, do expect a range of 17 to 31, and for you, Kimberley, it is 18 14.34. Bloemfontein 14.32, as well as Richards Bay with a minimum of 21 and a maximum of 35. Pietermaritzburg, if you're out and about, do expect a low of 19 that will peak at 33, and then South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 24 to 29 today. Mthatha for you 18.30, East London ranging from 19 to 26, as well as Craddock can be seen with a low of 13 and a high of 36. Gqeberha for you 17.25, George, do expect some rain coming your way ranging from 15 to 23, and then of course the mother city Cape Town with a minimum of 16 peaking at 23 today. Worcester 14.33, Sutherland 12.28, and then last but definitely not least Uppington ranging from 20 to 37. Well, that is where I leave your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thanks a lot, Jamie Lee. Now it is time for the action. Now, we promised you a performance a little earlier with Keela G, our guest today, and this is something special. Just to give you an idea of how talented this individual is, when they say that musicians make music, this gentleman over here is about to just make music. We're talking about the sounds looped together to create a melody, to create harmony, and to create the perfect performance on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So take a bow and watch out for this guy. It's Keela G.
Together, baby, darling, I know we had some bad timing, yeah, but we riding together, baby. Yeah, darling, we had to break up to make love, and all at the same time, yeah. You know it's kinda tough, and yeah. Now, darling, all I wanna do is love you. Don't want no children yet, but I could be your cigarette when you're smoking. Yes, darling, all I wanna do is just make love you. I don't want no children, yeah. I could be your cigarette, you're still my world, darling, 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 you're my darling, darling, you're my darling, yeah, still my world, darling, darling. Darling, you're my darling, darling, you're my darling, darling, my darling, darling, want me, what? Darling, 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 my darling, 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 my darling, darling, yeah. Darling, well listen, darling, I'm a different kind of guy, darling. I move with a smile now, I'm never down here. I'm constantly up, man. I'm moving really, cause I'm an elegant king, yeah, baby, hey. Fresh and lovely Africa, I got my brother Africa. I cannot sleep, gotta push up harder. Oh no, we gon' be well, darling. We gon' be held, darling. I know this sounds so crazy, but I have yeah, you still my what? Darling, 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 my darling, darling, my darling, darling, my darling. Yeah, you still my what? Darling, 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 darling. My name is Killer G. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right? I know. You at home, you're like, oh my word, it's gonna happen for you. More Kila G tracks coming for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't worry about that. And I know we gave you an earworm. The entire day today, you're gonna be like, darling, 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 darling.
Switch to Red and unlock a free rugby jersey. Get the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE on a Red Core More data plan with 5 gigs anytime, 5 gigs night owl data, a 1 gig 3-month video ticket, plus 800 minutes talk time for only 1,299 Rand per month. Switch to Red and unlock your passion. Further together, Vodacom.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're on S3. It's time to talk about TikTok and all about these apps that we've been using to get out there and put yourself out there. And our apps have really changed the way that we date, but now we have ways to plan and find our dates too. Now, all by using the apps right on our smartphone. Grant Hinds is joining us for a review of some top apps to use this Valentine's Day. And who better, because that is where you and Amble started. And look at you guys now.
Which platform worked for you?
Hinge.
Hinge.
Yeah.
You know what? I've had a good experience with Hinge, but you're the expert here. Tell us, where do we begin?
Okay, so I'm going to go through the whole process. This is, for those of you at home, this is not just about finding a date, it's also about making sure the partner, your life partner, can find a really good time on Valentine's Day. So the first app, if you're looking for a partner, I highly recommend Hinge. We all hear about Tinder. Obviously, it's in the Tinder Swindler. It's all in the news and trending on Twitter. But Hinge is one of those apps that is more text-driven than it is photo-driven. So you have to spend a little bit more time setting up your profile, but then people get to know you a little bit more and see if your passions and interests align, other than wasting your time on Tinder and then going to meet up with somebody for coffee and then realizing, oh, you know, only they said that they were into fishing. I couldn't be bothered. Oh, hike. Or you know what my favorite is? Vino and chocolate. If you like vino and chocolate, you're a human being. So If you have that in your profile, change it. Be more interesting. And Hinge allows you to, if you're not a creative person, it'll pull that from you. So that's if you're looking for a good date. And we've obviously had good experiences. I've met Amble through it. So really excited. Then this next one is inspired by looking for a date for Valentine's Day with Amble. So if you are like kind of at a loggerheads and you're just at a dead end, cul-de-sac, trying to work out what you should do, I highly recommend trying TripAdvisor. And I know you see it everywhere on like restaurants, and it's all the restaurants nag you to review them. And you know, I avoid downloading it for that particular reason. But I downloaded it to find out what we were going to do on the 14th. And I find out that there's a ranking of all the restaurants. Sorry?
Babysit?
Oh, my mom's got that on. My mom's got the babysit. But there's a ranking of all the restaurants in your town, like from 1 all the way through to, you know, whatever ranking it is. So you can then treat your partner to something special and know exactly where they are. So for Amble's birthday, I took her out to a restaurant which I was told by a friend was good, and it was terrible.
Oh,
It ended up being a sports bar. They started playing loud dance music. It was, and if only I had used TripAdvisor, I would have like mitigated that. Okay. So I highly recommend doing that. The other one with restaurants in mind is Zomato. Zomato is also reviewed locally. You know, if you want to see what a restaurant's score is to that particular region, you'll find that some places don't have TripAdvisor, but they will have Zomato. So that way you've got all your bases covered and you know exactly what you want to eat. One of the big benefits of Zomato is that there's a menu option. So you can go through to Zomato, and I think in some restaurants you can book as well. So you can see what you want to eat beforehand. If you've got any dietary requirements or your partner's got any dietary requirements, you can beat that. If you pick up somebody on Hinge for a date and they say they're vegan, and then you've thought about them and you go like, don't worry, I got a good place for you. They're like, whoa, this guy's really impressive. That's points in your book.
And it works at the budget, because now you know what you're going to be spending on like your starter and if there's any
Exactly.
I love the Zomato because, I mean, they rate the restaurants just like Rotten Tomato rates movies, so there's a little connection.
And then lastly, if you are kind of sick of going to restaurants and wanting to eat food and you want to do some experiences, not many people know this, but Airbnb has got something called Airbnb experiences on it. So instead of booking a place to stay, which a lot of people think because the name is Airbnb, right? You can book an experience. So either yoga on the beach or a guided tour up Table Mountain, or quad biking. There's just a whole bunch of things that local providers. We booked a Cape Malay curry course in Boerkaap through Airbnb experiences. You know, and it's if you're running out of ideas and you need inspiration, it's great to go through that and check it out. And then you're helping support local business and booking people. Remember, there aren't a lot of international customers coming down, so a lot of local entrepreneurs are using Airbnb experiences to make some extra money, and you can get a really authentic, exciting experience that's unique that'll put some brownie points in your book.
No, also read this. Wait, I need to tell you guys this. So I saw this meme the other day. It's like you need to go to Woolies after 5 o'clock every single day because single men is buying their pre-packaged food. So if you go to Woolies after 5 o'clock, that is also how you pick up a guy. That is a top tip for everyone.
You must look at their basket. If they're buying groceries for one, it means they're single.
That's exactly where you'll find myself and Zoe for Valentine's.
Before Valentine's Day, so they can take us out on Valentine's Day,
Using Zomato. Well, it looks like we have all the help we need to find and plan the perfect date this Valentine's Day, or at least provide you with options. But remember, be safe, but put yourself out there and hopefully you will find love.
I'll see you at Woolies.
I'll see you at Woolies. Goodness, it's actually quite a good idea. Hey, talking about Woolworths, we're celebrating the month of love, and I can tell you it's the fashion. It is the beauty. It is the talent that is Nox Mafu, who'll take us through what is a fresh dose of inspiration for Valentine's Day and some date night looks, because, the world has changed, Nox.
Yes.
Hey, it has. I mean, I thought we could go in luxe, wear, relax, athleisure type of thing.
We're done with that.
Are we done?
I think we are. I think we've spent so much time at home.
Yes.
That I think it's time to step out in style now. Build that wardrobe that you want with staple pieces, and Valentine's Day is a good time to start.
Are you suggesting that all of the suits and those things that have been collecting dust in our wardrobes, it's now time to make sort of opportunities for them?
I mean, and we've learnt a lot from the athleisure style and the more relaxed looks. So I'm not saying abandon all your more relaxed looks. I'm just saying whip out the blazers, whip out the suits, whip out the beautiful, versatile dresses, and show off a little bit of, you know, fun for date
Show
night.
or fun, but that's the whole idea. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be too stiff, you can't be too
Exactly,
caught up, and I think that's important. So now, when it comes to actually getting things set up,
Yes.
you know, I think that let's go practical here.
100%.
When you say relaxed, we're not talking get the tracksuit back on. We're saying be comfortable,
Be
right?
comfortable, 100%.
Okay.
We've learned a lot from athleisure that comfort is key, right?
Yes,
so we don't
indeed.
want to abandon that.
Okay.
So for me, it's like about using things like golfers and pairing that with a blazer. Or if you were to take your classic chinos and then pair that, instead of a shirt, which would be more serious look, we have it with a tee or something like that. With women, it's how you play with the blouse and you add maybe some relaxed jeans, or a dress, you add sneakers. So it's that offset between, you know, a more kind of formal or more smart casual look and giving it a bit of edge with sneakers, or even dressing it up or down with jewelry or sneakers. So taking what you have and just embellishing it a bit for the occasion.
I like the thinking behind that, because what you're showing your date is
Yes.
that I am a relaxed and approachable person, but I've made effort for you.
For you, and today, and I hope to make effort for you after.
That's
today.
correct. So there's good balance. And also on the back of what Jamie Lee and Zoe said about finding a man in Woolworths, you can also find the clothes for the occasion for the man in Woolworths.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
there's so
come
much
on.
happening in that building, but I feel like I want to take you to my.
Take me through what you have here, because I'd love to check out, because I'm seeing lighter materials here.
Yes, because
we are still in summer, right?
100%. So the tier dress is really popular at the moment. I love this
love
because you can wear this with boots, you can wear this with heels, you can wear this with sneakers. It's such a great dress, and I mean, obviously, it moves so nice. It's got a romantic flair. We've got the beautiful kind of finish here. So I really like these printed dresses. They're really great.
And you know what, if you are going on a date and your date pitches up with something that is a bit, you know, more relaxed and comfortable, suddenly I feel more comfortable. I feel like this
But
person
she's still making a
is
statement, you know what I mean? It's not like
happens.
I just rolled out of bed for you. I love these dresses. These are great and practical. So this is like a polo and midi dress. It really kind of shows off the figure a bit, which we love.
Yes.
You can do this with sneakers. You could wear some jewels over here, add a leather jacket, or you could wear like a more, you know, like a longer blazer. So this is really versatile and can live much longer.
I'm a big fan of the look, especially when I look at the black. I like gold and black. In terms of jewelry, I think that's going to be absolutely
It's so
sensational.
fire. Like I said, the blouse, again, which you could pair with a beautiful, here we've got a pleather skirt, also really giving it that bit of edge. But I love these printed dresses. But the men also need to show up, I think.
Yeah, the thing is, there have been enough tracksuits now.
I'm tired.
Enough of that, and also enough smelling a T-shirt to wear. You know, like we should start actually looking after ourselves and going to Woolworths. So what do we have here?
100%. So we've got beautiful trousers, which are great, slim fit, great for any figure to make him
Beautiful.
look great. Then we've got chinos, obviously, which are a little bit more relaxed. They come in a range of cuts, which is great.
Also, the feel of the chinos. I mean, the feel is just, it's really, it works.
It does, it does. And if you've got a chino, then you could pair it with like a beautiful shirt like this. But if you've got more of your trousers, then I'm all about a golfer. A golfer really just gives that casual cool that you're wearing.
Once again, the collar means you've made effort, but that whole T effect means you're comfortable and you're relaxed.
So these are great to mix and match. They're beautiful staples, and why I love them is because even after date night, you've got a meeting, you've got drinks, you've got, I don't know, an outing. These outfits still make sense and can have longevity.
I want to see how this plays out on a real person.
Wow.
Let's bring in some models, shall we? Now, we've got our first model who's stepping in here, and we want to go for we've got Graham, a.k.a. Woolworths Smolder.
We dust the dust off the shoulders.
You see what I'm saying?
So what are we doing here? Take us through the chino.
This is the chino that we've used as the staple of this, which is very relaxed. We paired that with some sneakers, which are really comfortable, and we added that golfer, right? So that white, we're coming up again with the shoes and the top, but then it's date night. So we said blazer upon it, you know?
So when he started off, right, I won't lie, he looks like he owned a yacht.
Yeah, well,
now he throws the blazer off, and now he wants to walk you to the yacht.
Exactly.
It's got that feeling,
such a
right?
casual-
Wait,
he's
the
got a
shoes
bit
will
of
come off
both.
and then we'll walk across the beach to get to the yacht.
Exactly. And I really love this. I mean, I always like a monochrome look, and this is
I
just
do enjoy it as well.
It looks great.
It's the fabric for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Light, Feels fantastic. I love
Summer
it.
day date. I think it works so well, and the sneakers just give it a relax. And I love the turnover that he's done on the pants there, just to be like, you know, see my ankles. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's right. See my ankles, I'm cool.
It's my
By the way,
number
that's
one
a new
attribute.
T-shirt. We're going to print that for Woolworths. See my ankles. It's cool.
It's cool.
Let's go to the next
And
model. Yeah.
The next model is here to whisk his heart away, and we've got this beautiful dress. I love this kind of dress because of the way it accentuates around the waist. The print is just absolutely beautiful. Pair that with a handbag and some heels, and she is ready for date night. And that delicate jewelry also around her neck is such a feminine touch to it. I just think this look is so enchanting, and I think she looks really good.
Enchanting was the word I was going to use.
Really?
Enchanting, playful, fun as well. It's the kind of look that you want to say to her, oh my word, I've just lost my number. Can I borrow yours?
Oh my God.
That feeling, no, it works.
It works, clearly. I mean, I think she would give you her number with that line.
That's correct.
But I mean, such staples for your wardrobe. She could then also, after this, wear this with sneakers if she had a quick meeting or a lunch date. But I really love the dress. The print just speaks to me, and she looks absolutely elegant.
You do. Thank you. Model number 2. This is looking fantastic. And I think we date night ready. I think now we need to go and grab these items. Nox, thank you so much for taking us through. It has been a joy. And if I don't see you, happy Valentine's Day. I really hope you're going to be whisked off your feet because you deserve that 10 times. Now, dress for love this Valentine's Day with Woolworths. Plus, get 20% off 2 selected lingerie items if you shop between now and the 14th of February, 2022. This offer is available in store, online, and on the app. T's and C's apply and can be found on woolworths.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked as we celebrate love and all of the entanglements that come with it. We're going to have a little bit of fun now. Now, I think we often see ourselves as the protagonist in our own narratives, so it can be difficult to be objective when we find ourselves in a disagreement with someone else. This is when we need to take a step back and ask ourselves, did I do something wrong?
Yes, of course. We're continuing our new segment in which we ask this exact question. Now, we've poured over a popular Reddit forum in which people post about dramatic scenarios and ask the internet whether they were justified in doing what they did in that situation. Now, today's edition is all about scamming which is quite big right now.
Thought you said Simon, but you said scamming. Oh, sorry.
Not Simon.
Same thing.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to paint the scene for you guys.
Okay,
Are you ready?
Let me hear what you have to say.
So here it is. Did I do something wrong for telling my brother that his girlfriend is scamming him, okay? So my brother is a 32-year-old male and I a 29-year-old female. We are very close. We started a business together a few years ago and it's going far better than we expected.
Right.
As a result, he makes a lot of money, just putting it out there. He met a 28-year-old woman last year who told him that she's a high-paid executive in a famous company, which appealed to him as he wants to date an ambitious and successful woman with equal status.
Understanding,
Get that?
yeah.
He fell deeply in love with her and moved in with her. But just before that happened, she said she was sick and had to quit her job. He's been paying for every health appointment and is the sole provider of their house as she doesn't have any savings and doesn't work anymore. She loves to buy expensive items with his card. Now, this has been going on for 7 months. Doctors say they can't find anything wrong and that there's no medical proof that she's actually sick. Now, for the past few months, I've been thinking about how weird this all is, how she has no savings and how he never met anyone from her work. They recently came to my house for dinner and she told him she was still feeling too ill to work. 20 minutes later, she was talking about the new coat that she bought with his money and I made a comment about how she wasn't too sick to shop. Well, my brother got very upset and asked to speak with me privately. I told him my concerns that she was a scammer and he said I was mean for insulting her and thinking she didn't love him. They left and he refuses to talk to me anymore. I don't know if I should apologize. Did I do something wrong?
You know what my gut tells me? Trust your gut. Like in situations like this, maybe speaking from experience, if there's that little voice telling you something is wrong, probably something is wrong. Something is up.
This is not his guy.
Yeah, but guys are blinded by love, man. Don't we get blinded by love completely,
We proper
man?
get blinded, but I'm just thinking about where I saw the wrong is the little lack of emotional intelligence when she said you don't look too sick to shop.
Yeah,
I think that was inappropriate for the forum.
It
I
was
think
a bit
that
self-indulgent.
That's
just
correct.
for her own
just so that she can express her own emotion. I think that
exactly.
in that space, because I feel like that was the center of the little clash between the brother. If she had to use that in a different forum, maybe take the brother aside and say, for love, I want you to assess a few things. You haven't met the work friends. You haven't had any evidence of her being sick. And the thing is, do you not find it interesting how somebody says they're too sick to work, yet they want to go and shop? Now, I don't want to disregard the fact that there could be mental illness involved in some way. But at the same time, what it feels like is it does feel like a free ride. But you have to have a forum for that with your brother. You can't do that at the table.
Otherwise, you're going to trigger that defensive reaction.
Yeah.
I think if you're someone like me, loyalty first. So as soon as anyone comes after the person that I'm with, I'm like, I will go to your defense. I don't care how blinded I am in that scenario. It's a difficult one.
Yeah, no, it definitely is difficult, especially when they have such a close bond, because we also have to understand this is brother and sister, so whatever he says or whatever she says, it's going to be cause a rift between the two of them.
Yes.
But again, I'm definitely siding with both of you here and definitely feel like she should have pulled her brother aside and spoke to him about her concerns before voicing it to the girlfriend, because we don't know what the reason was.
Why don't you go to like Catfish or do something like that? Isn't there a show on some channel where she can investigate and...
Yeah, it is Catfish.
Hey, I would definitely do something like that. Hire a PI. If your business is going so well, you can afford a private investigator.
Oh, my word.
Do a little bit of digging, man. But I understand her concerns. It's her brother and she cares, and looking from the outside, we get it.
Well, we're not ending it on this note. We've got more scenarios to unpack a little later on. Do the right thing and keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, but also do weigh in on our social media. We'd love to hear from you what you thought of that scenario was.
We'll let it settle in with you because we've got a nice performance so you can think about it. Keela G is delivering his beautiful, soulful, incredible music this morning. We heard Looper freestyle earlier. Here's a fresh one for you. It's called This Time.
You don't talk anymore. Around the park where we had our first debate, where I do all the lying to get you crying. My heartache got me falling apart. It got me thinking about all this now. Can't be fragile today. Need you to speak up and say, won't you come through? Now I hear boo, and there he was on his way. Now you're running away. You don't got a place. You used to want to stay. Yeah. I'll be waiting for you. Yeah. No, you won't talk it. You don't talk anymore. No, you don't, baby. No, you don't. Could you please pick up your phone? Yeah. We really got a lot to talk about. Yeah, baby. Normally I'm wrong. Yeah. But this time it won't slide. Like the last time. Yeah. No, this time it won't slide. I guess you won't be mine. Yeah. I told you that you could be you anytime you want. I really don't want to go back and forth with you. No, not today, baby. All I gotta say is you really need to look in the mirror. The reflection of your love gets clearer. You need to love yourself. Yes, you do, baby, yes, you do. So please be real with me. Cause you don't talk anymore. Yeah, baby, no, you don't. Could you please pick up your phone? We really got a lot to talk about. Normally I'm wrong. Yeah. But this time it won't slide. Like the last time. Yeah. No, this time it won't slide. No, 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 it won't. I guess you won't be mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you be. Yeah, yeah. No, no. We really got a lot to talk about. Yeah, baby. Normally I'm wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Killer J. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes!
Old school, baby.
Well, like Killer G.
Welcome back. Thanks for keeping it locked. Brilliant performance from Killer G. Some old school R&B there,
so
man.
smooth, man.
Oh, man, this kid delivers. Absolutely beautiful. One more performance coming your way. But right now, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of spice. We're going to continue playing, well, I say playing, but getting into a really interesting dynamic now. So it's good to question our moral compass from time to time. I think we all need to do that. So we are back disseminating whether people were right or wrong in certain dramatic scenarios in our new segment where we decide, did I do something wrong? So should I set the scene for this one?
Yes,
okay,
go for it.
it's an interesting one. So already now I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck rising. I'm a 30-year-old female and my boyfriend of 7 years is 32. He started thinking that he's a psychic and can predict the future after his recent trip to Asia. I wonder what happened. Now, to be honest, some of his predictions have been correct, like predicting that there'd be a funeral in my family. My grandmother was ill and passed on, and guessing that my sister would give birth to a baby girl, which turned out to be true. He has come to believe that he has a superpower that should be used to gain money, which is reflected in these rituals he performs, new clothing style, new social media accounts as well, and where he seeks his clients. I had no issue with him playing prediction games for fun, but there is actually money now involved in serious matters. Last night, I used his laptop to shop online when a Facebook message from his client popped up saying, "How long exactly? Can you be more precise?" I opened it out of curiosity and found that my boyfriend had conversations with this guy telling him his sick wife will die due to an infection after surgery. This is getting serious, and advised him not to have her get the surgery to avoid this outcome and wait for at least 6 months. Well, this bears no scientific proof, and my boyfriend has no medical qualification, so should not be giving medical advice to someone suffering from an actual chronic condition. I immediately confronted my boyfriend, and he accused me of invading his privacy. He said that his client was seeking enlightenment and guidance, and he simply offered the client what he saw in his mind's eye. I told him that the doctors know what they're doing and that what he was doing is scamming ignorant people who will believe him. He got highly offended and screamed at me, calling me mean-spirited and intrusive. He says he's deeply hurt and I should apologize profusely for what I said to him. Did I do something wrong? Can we all collectively say together no? Hey?
No, she needs to take her man to the pastor and they need to put him in like a holy water or something because something's happening.
What she needs to go is up to him and say, predict what I'm going to do right now and kick his butt to the curb. Hey, that's ridiculous.
You know, if somebody is really of the belief that they have a special gift or a power, then if you are to show sort of support for that person, you have to give them an illustration, a moment to tell them that it's legitimate before they run off into the sunset with it. Like, you have to tell them, like, I'm going to be in this with you, but, you know, let's go test it out. Let's do some practical things that together we can show ourselves that this is indeed a skill, and then we can start. So perhaps there was a moment there where the person ran off prior to any negotiation or conversation around this new skill and this new mode of income, and you kind of feel left out in that space. And I just feel like that should have been done. Furthermore, if I look at the fact that the intrusive part, I do believe that if there's a pop-up, you're using the laptop to shop. You're not using the laptop to look at somebody's social media. So I think that's the place where
she didn't go with the intention of delving in there.
The words there were curiosity, and I think that anything that has curiosity involved in it is not embedded in any sort of concern. You bust.
But also, did she go to Asia with him? Why didn't she have that same calling as he had? Like,
she's not
I have a lot of questions about this scenario.
He's not a superhero. He's the superhero in the relationship. I think where she is really correct is raising a red flag because this is dealing with someone else's health.
That's a medical definition.
And clearly, if they're going for quite a serious operation, that's serious business. You know, it's always interesting. There seems to be, as you're highlighting, Mr. Psych Major, that there is an opportunity to address things correctly, and that's often where these people fall down. But in principle, I don't know. I think she's right by being concerned.
She is definitely right.
Yes.
Maybe she, again, should take him to someone to go and see him, check himself out, make sure that he's okay, and then Shane maybe just call all the people that he scammed already, because I feel like she probably feels embarrassed knowing that her boyfriend is scamming people for money.
Or she should set up a fake account, pretend to be someone else.
Here we go again.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
Oh, really interesting stuff, man. Okay, you can ponder that.
This is too much for me. This is too much for me.
I'd like a curry in a little bun, please.
Yes,
Just
please.
A beautiful curry in a tiny, gorgeous little bun. That'd be perfect. That would add even more spice to this conversation. Well, who do you think was wrong in these scenarios that we've laid out? Let us know on our social media pages using the hashtag Expresso Show. Do you know what? I think all people need a Carl in their life, you know, a little psychology to be able to work their way through these sort of scenarios. But let's be honest, I know it might seem a little too good to be true or a little bit too crazy to be true, but we have proven over this last week that anything can happen. So protect yourself out there. Indeed. But let's see, we wanted a nice curry in a bun. Do you think we can get it?
Psychic-wise, I'm actually feeling like it's coming through.
Really?
Butter chicken. I'm getting butter chicken, I'm getting buns.
Wow, I'm going to pay you 100 Rand.
Thank you.
Per prediction.
My enemies.
They are coming.
How did you guys guess that? I think that both of you have a calling, because that's exactly what we're making right now. If you're looking for some midweek inspiration to what to make for dinner, this is the perfect recipe. Of course, Tando is here to take us through it. It is chicken and buns. Yes. Chicken buns.
Butter chicken buns.
Butter chicken buns.
It's like hiding chicken in the buns.
I love that.
Like
That's
two of the best things, bread and butter chicken.
What could be better than this? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. So I'm gonna get started.
Yes, go for it.
We've got our onions going. Woo, come on, girl.
I have a feeling that Tando doesn't know how to use.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm still.
I'm teasing.
So,
So onions are in.
Yeah, onions in, and we're gonna fry these. You want these to be nice and soft, like super, super soft, completely translucent. And then we're gonna go in with our garlic.
The flavors, the smell
Ginger.
that is hitting me right now. It is potent but so good.
And then we're cheating this one. So this is why it's a great midweek hack, because instead of making butter chicken from scratch, you usually roast the butter chicken in the oven, but we're gonna cheat this and get butter chicken paste.
I mean, why not? We're about the convenience. It's midweek. You're just trying to get through the week and just try to cook a meal for your family. That's perfect.
And then tomato paste as well. Then you're gonna saute this until it's nice and soft. You want those herbs to be, fry out and get all nice and
that flavor.
But in the meantime, you're gonna roll out the dough for me.
Who must roll it out?
Girl, I chose you. You are the chosen one.
Okay, let's do this. So,
don't be shy.
No, okay, so I know that we have to put down the flour right there.
Yes.
Cool. And this is so perfect. How do you like your butter chicken? Do you like it nice and spicy? Or are you a bit of a mild girl?
Mild.
Mild?
Because my ears start burning.
Ooh.
Too spicy. What's your spice
tolerance? That means someone's skinnering about you. If your ears... Have you ever heard that saying? So, rechte slechte, linker klinker. So, if your right ear is zinging, then it means you're going to hear good news. And then if your left ear is zinging and burning, it means that you're going to hear bad news.
And
I don't know.
both?
Then, girl, you're going to hear a bit of both. I didn't get to that part of...
Okay.
There we go.
That's fine.
Okay, so now I'm going to take it out, right?
Yeah, take it out and then roll it out. You're going to put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin as well.
Okay.
Just so it doesn't stick.
Yeah, the last time we had dough everywhere because I didn't do this step. So don't forget to put some flour on your rolling pin.
Yeah.
And I think that should be good.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and just roll it out.
Just roll it out. Whoa. There we go. Yeah.
Here we go. Put a bit more on.
A little bit more, yeah.
I actually learned how to make bread not too long ago. It was my first time. It was a hot mess. The bread tastes nice. I fed everyone. Everyone ate the bread. My mom ate it. She said it was the best bread ever. I think she did lie.
It's okay.
But yeah.
That's what moms
hopefully
do.
her ears are zinging. And
Zinging.
Her ears are zinging now. She's like, oh, my kind praat hier van my op die TV.
Okay, then once you're done with that, you're going to use the cookie cutter.
Yes.
This is a hack. So you can either weigh your bread out to 100 to 150 grams, depending on how big you want your buns, or you can cut it and then take that and then roll it out slightly thinner to make your bun.
Okay. I like this.
So I'm going to quickly go in with some tomatoes in here.
Try to get two perfect buns. One for me, one for you.
Love it.
And then just roll that out again.
Okay, and add the chicken. So this is a one-pan recipe as well, which is fantastic.
Ooh, so everything just gets thrown in.
And you just cook this out nicely till it's all nice and cooked. And then once it's all done, you want to make sure to cool your filling. And then put cold filling into some cold dough. Because if the filling's hot, it's not a vibe.
Wait, it's just registering now. We are going to put this filling inside the... Where have I been this entire time? I was just trying to focus on the bread, making sure that the buns are not sticking to the
I
rolling
appreciate
pin.
your focus. Your focus is butter.
Okay. So then when you open it and
then it's like a secret butter chicken, and then you're surprising your people.
They're gonna think they're just getting regular golden beautiful buns, because the buns look beautiful on the outside, and then when they open it up, it's all of this yumminess and all of this comfort.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Then I'm gonna add some yogurt in here.
Nice.
There we go.
Just take away from that tang as well, and then it's just gonna...
Yeah, and if you don't like it too spicy, let's say you make your butter chicken a little too spicy, actually adding some of this can cool it down a little bit, so it turns out.
Creamy binder to that.
And you're gonna add this in the center, about a tablespoon.
This excites me so much.
And you wanna pinch it.
Okay.
Pinch it all together. There we go. And then my secret hack, use the outside of your hand, and then you sort of just roll this.
Oh, wow.
And you want to make sure all the filling is tucked so it doesn't seep out.
It doesn't seep out.
And then you've got your bun.
That is the most perfect bun. And then after we've done this, let's pretend now this is done. Okay, it is done. And then what are we going to do?
We're going to egg wash it.
So a bit of egg.
Egg here.
Over here. Okay, some egg wash, and then we are going to pop it into the oven for how long?
We're going to need it to proof first. So you want to proof the buns for another 15 minutes. So put a damp cloth or a plastic wrap over them, proof them. You want them to rise again.
Okay.
You know, when bread rises, rise again so it's much like a lighter, fluffy dough.
Which is also another top tip. So you have to proof it, put it over 15 minutes, the dough will rise again, and then we're going to pop it into the oven.
And then pop it into the oven.
Okay.
Then once it comes out, chop some parsley up. Chop some parsley, add it to the butter, and once they come out, you just brush them with a little bit of butter.
And there you have it. Midnight. This is like a midnight snack as well. Like, imagine coming home thinking just a bun and like, boom, you have this beautiful chicken curry. Literally. I know what you want to do right now. You want to go to expressoshow.com. You want to get your hands on this recipe because it is perfect for that midweek dinner. It is easy, it is quick. And thank you so much, Thando, for showing us how to do it. It is perfect. Enjoy, everybody.
Summer is as endless as you want it to be this getaway season with your Marriott Bonvoy Stay Longer on Us promotional offer. Get 20% or more off standard room rates when you stay 3 nights or longer at participating Marriott hotels across this magnificent land of ours. To find the participating Marriott hotels at your dream destination and just how good things get when you stay longer on us. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
In this world where you want the best for you and your family, wouldn't you rather have a bank that helps you make better money choices? A bank that rewards you for saving. A bank that gives you quick and easy access to credit. A bank that gives you personalized offers. A bank that helps you spend, save, and borrow better. So, do you want a bank that takes your money? Or a bank that takes your money choices seriously? Join Nedbank today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show indeed. 2 hours under the belt, 1 hour left to savor with you. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing that, continuing to explore love in all of the ins and outs and some pretty cool dating apps. But right now, let's bring you up to speed with those local news headlines having just gone the top of the hour.
Thank Thank you so much, G. I'll start on the national front. After 3 years of terminated service, MyCity's N2 Express service is set to resume later this month. A fleet of 34 buses are undergoing their final checks for the official relaunch of the N2 Express service connecting Mitchells Plain, Khayelitsha and Cape Town CBD. Now, some 6,000 commuters are set to benefit. The fleet of buses are owned by Cape Town's local government, but managed and maintained by the N2 company, equally owned by taxi associations from Khayelitsha and Mitchells Plain, in addition to Golden Arrow buses. Then the city of Tshwane yesterday cut the power of many businesses and residents owing money. The city is waging an aggressive campaign to ensure they pay up with a debtors book of 17 billion rand. A luxury hotel near the Union buildings owing some 23 million rand saw its power cut, as did state-owned parastatal Denel owing 2.2 billion rand. A Twitter post from the city said there would be no fear or favor. South African Navy headquarters owes some 3 million rand for property rates, and a similar fate awaits it if it omits to cough up. Then looking to news further abroad, one of South Sudan's oldest kingdoms has been restored more than 100 years since the death of its last monarch. King Khubudu was killed by the British in 1905, but yesterday his great-grandson was installed in his place as monarch of the Azande. Hundreds of people turned out to see the coronation of Atarobo Penny Rakito Khubudu. The new king's brother, Prince Daniel Rimbasa, said it was important that the nation's culture was restored and peaceful coexistence amongst different communities was promoted. And then a landslide triggered by heavy rains has killed at least 15 people in central Colombia. Another 35 were admitted to hospital after several homes were engulfed in the Dos Quebradas municipality. Colombia's disaster management officials said rescue teams were searching in the mud for survivors. There are fears that the death toll will rise further. Residents living close to a swollen river nearby had to be moved to safety. Landslides are common in Colombia, and houses built on steep hillsides are at particular risk during the rainy season. Then 4 beavers that did not know each other from Adam have made quite a name for themselves in the UK. Beavers were hunted to extinction in Britain in the 16th century for their fur, their meat and scent glands. But of late they have been reintroduced to parts of Scotland, England and Wales in the hope that they can restore wetland habitats and boost other species. Now, Kate Lemon, regional manager at the Derbyshire Wildlife Trust, said the 4 beavers, which were released into the Wellington wetlands in Derbyshire Nature Reserve, had never met before. She said, and I quote, "So it was a bit of a beaver dating agency when we brought them all on site." She also added that they were delighted when footage of the beavers making themselves at home in the reserve had been captured. The dam-building rodents were filmed adoringly grooming each other and gnawing at trees. We're quite sure that their loving behavior suggested that for the first time in 400 years, the arrival of wee beavers, known as kits, in the spring was an absolute possibility, and that is what Kate said. On that note, that is where I leave your news headlines here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Gia is standing by with a final look at the sports headlines.
Thank you, Jamie. Let's kick it off with last night's footballing action. The Premier League back in full swing, and Man City are now a clear 12 points ahead of Liverpool at the top of the Premier League table. That was after their 2-0 win over Brentford yesterday. Goals from Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne, giving City now their 19th win of the season. Then Shea Adams scored a late winner as Southampton produced a superb comeback to beat Tottenham Hotspur and definitely damaged the hosts' bid for a Champions League spot. 2 goals in as little as 3 minutes won the game for the Saints, with Mohamed Eliounousi and then Adams heading beyond Hugo Lloris in almost identical fashion. Then elsewhere, Aston Villa and Leeds played out to an entertaining 3-3 draw. Both teams led in the match before it eventually ended level, and Norwich and Crystal Palace also played out to a 1-1 draw. Then on to rugby. South Africa's 4 United Rugby Championship teams will be hosting Scarlets, Munster, Cardiff and Zebra next month in 2 rescheduled rounds of the competition. Those, of course, had to be postponed late last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So getting into the details, the Sharks will host the Scarlets down in Durban. The Bulls will take on Munster in Pretoria. The Lions will battle it out against Cardiff in Johannesburg, and then the Stormers will line up against Zebra down in Cape Town. That's in the rescheduled round 6 fixtures on the weekend of the 11th to the 13th of March. Then a week later, the round 7 fixtures will see the Bulls meet the Scarlets in Pretoria, the Lions taking on the might of Munster in Johannesburg, the Sharks hosting blasting Zebra down in Durban, and then the Stormers up against a stiff challenge in the form of Cardiff in Cape Town. Now, yesterday, locally on the cricketing pitches, we were treated to some spectacular action. Western Province Blitz completed the highest successful run chase at St George's Park in the format, in fact, as they beat the Warriors by 7 wickets in the CSA T20 Challenge. Vian Lubba once again shone brightest with the bat in hand for the Warriors, scoring 69 not out at the top of the order. The left-handed batter blasting 6 fours and 1 6 as he helped post, or his side at least, post 163 for 5 in their 20 overs. In response, it was once again the Richard Levy show as the former Protea blasted 40 from just 17 deliveries. And that set the tone for the rest of the innings. Jonathan Bird also contributed with 39 as Western Province got over the line with 17 balls left to spare. In the day's other game saw the Titans beating the Paarl Rocks by just 3 runs in a tense affair to get their first win of the tournament, going down to the wire with the Pretoria side taking 3 wickets for the addition of just 3 runs in the course of those final 2 overs. It was Junior Dala, in fact, taking 3 wickets, destroyer in chief there, while Quinton de Kock was influential as always, 72 of 61 balls. Then finally, it doesn't look like we can let go of last year's Formula 1 season just yet. The FIA says it knows about radio messages from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that have raised fresh questions about last year's title decider. So the messages seem to be further evidence of the race director, Michael Massey, reacting to Red Bull's suggestions as to how to end a safety car period. And then Massey echoes Red Bull's language in a response that he gives directly to Mercedes. The spokesperson for Formula 1's governing body said, and we quote, "We are aware of this and it is part of the investigation. When that investigation will wrap up, well, we will wait with bated breath and certainly watch that space closely." But that's a wrap of your sport for this Thursday morning. Let's get one last take on our global weather and some of the temperatures here in South Africa.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at the weather for the last time in the Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, environmentalists are extremely perturbed about an oil spill off Nigeria's southern coast, which covers an area larger than 500 soccer pitches. This follows last Wednesday's explosion of an oil production vessel, the Trinity Spirit, that had a storage capacity of 2 million barrels, though it was not believed to have been storing that much. Now, 3 people died in the blast, and Idris Musa, head of Nigeria's National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, said chemical dispersants had been applied to reduce the damage to marine life in the area. When asked by reporters if the government body could deal with the slick effectively, Musa replied, and I quote, "Certainly we can. However, cynics will note that many previous oil spills in Nigeria have not been cleared up." From serious matters, we move on to some lighter news and views, namely our sunrise images submitted by you today. And JP Malerba started us off from Robertson, kicked off a beautiful morning, a gorgeous shot over here, silhouetted, and you can see the sun coming up from behind the trees, looking absolutely gorgeous. Nick Lombard, a familiar name, shared yet another stunning sunrise photo of his area in the Northern Cape, showing off the landscape and the sun peeking up over the horizon. Renee Lemaire from Glen Eden, Wild Coast, shared this beautiful silhouetted photo at 7 a.m. Showing off the morning sky filled with hues of pink and yellow. And last but certainly not least, Stanley Berg from the Karoo captured this breathtaking shot showing off the morning colors reflected perfectly in the body of water in the foreground. That is some talent right there. That is, I'm going to save as a screensaver. Thanks, man. If you've got any other sunrise photos, send it our way on the Expresso Facebook page. As we get onto the temperatures, let's take a closer look for you today. Thunder showers all over in the north and some hot temperatures here and there. Let's take a peek. Polokwane at 16 to 29 today. Thunder showers are expected. 18 to 34 for Bombela. You got a 2% chance of precipitation. Not too bad. Pretoria, 18 to 29. Thunder showers around a 40% chance for you. Johannesburg, you wake up to 16 degrees Celsius and you thaw out to 26. You can expect thunder showers too. Mahikeng, looking decent, 18. You rise to 31 with a 57% chance of thunder showers. Klerksdorp, 17 to 31 today. Thunder showers for you too. Kimberley, shining bright like a diamond, 34 the max from a low of 18. Bloemfontein, 14 to 32 today. Richards Bay, a very warm 35 degrees Celsius expected as your maximum. Pietermaritzburg, Johannesburg, 19 is where you start, 33 a tad later. Durban, 24 up to 29 degrees for you. Umtata, you got 18 up to 30, a 56% chance of rain. East London, 19 to 26. Cradock, 13 to 36 degrees Celsius. Gqeberha, 17 to 25. George, 23 is your maximum from a low of 15. Cape Town, you top at 23, and that's from a low of 16. Worcester, you rise to 14 degrees Celsius this morning, and you up to 33 later. Sutherland, 12 to 28. And Uppington, topping the temperatures once again, as you know how, 37 degrees Celsius. Hydrate, get the sunscreen on, but more importantly, enjoy your day with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And I can guarantee you, over the next hour, we are getting ready to move.
Yeah, you didn't think that would let you get you through Thursday without moving your body, and that's exactly what Zoe's about to do right now.
Yep, I'm a firm believer that mobility is key, and we're about to head now to the Movement Lab to find out a bit more.
Well, getting out of studio is always such a fun experience, but I'm not out of studio per se. I'm at the Movement Lab in Sea Point, which is a fitness studio in itself. I'm standing here with Lisa Palmer, the founder and creator of the Movement Lab. Lisa, it's so great to be here.
Thank you.
Everyone on Instagram always posting about this place,
Yeah,
and
that's
it looks
fabulous.
beautiful.
Thank you for joining. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm here to pick her brain to find out exactly what the Movement Lab is all about, and you started off in 2017?
Yes, April 2017 we opened our doors. We were in a smaller studio space. So coming up this April it will be 5 years, which is very exciting.
That is exciting.
Yes.
So what are some of the classes that you offer at the Movement Lab?
We offer mat classes, reformer. So reformer are the machines. And we offer bar. Bar is mostly standing work at the ballet bar, and it's more functional in terms of standing for most of the workout. And we offer cardio classes, so we really have a combination of everything, from fundamentals, which is more beginner-based, to cardio and more kind of pumped up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a beginner myself.
Okay.
So for anyone that is, you know, perhaps new to Pilates,
yes,
what would you say is the best way to introduce them so that they don't, you know, get a little bit of a fright?
Yes. So I would definitely say start with our fundamentals classes. We have both mat fundamentals and reformer fundamentals. So you've got the option of both of those classes. And in terms of beginning with bar, I would start with the total bar as opposed to total bar amplified, because amplified means it's pumped up. So definitely start with the more beginner classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lisa, you know what? You mentioned that the Movement Lab is celebrating its 5th birthday come April.
Yes.
I know the pandemic's been extremely hard on a
Yes.
lot of businesses. How did you guys manage to keep moving or keep your clients moving
Yes.
throughout that time period?
Well, we had to pivot very quickly. So literally the day before we went into level 5 lockdown, Jess and I, my daughter and I, were scrambling around Cape Town finding microphones and online equipment, and we basically had to suddenly pivot to online. We had to do it very quickly and get everything organized, and which we did get done. So we went online as soon as we went into lockdown, offered online classes, and it happened, we went international as well, which was very exciting. And we also started an online shop. So everyone could buy their props that they needed online via our shop, and then we would courier to them. And we also started we started selling our clothing range online as well. So that's how we kind of pivoted the business, and it was tough though.
Yeah.
But anyway, we kept moving through lockdown, and thank you to our clients for moving with us, kind of kept us sane as well.
It keeps people sane, but I
Yeah.
think this is the beauty of what comes from a time period where we were
Yes.
all locked down. We were forced to be creative.
Yeah.
And this is not your only branch. I know that you guys
Yes.
have branched out to Claremont.
Yes, we have. So very exciting. We branched out. We've opened up a Claremont studio. It's in Toffee Lane. And we've been only offering mat and bar classes there. But now really exciting news is that we're going to be offering reformer classes as well. So that's hopefully going to be starting from next week. So we're going to be offering everything that we offer in Sea Point at the Claremont branch, which is amazing.
Where did that need for opening up a second branch come from? Was there just such a big demand?
There was a big demand. So we were constantly getting requests on social media, emails. We had a big following there on social media, and they kept asking us, when are you going to open? So we did, and it's amazing. It's been amazing to offer that service to our Claremont and southern suburbs clients.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, you are a lady of many talents because not only do you offer all these different classes to your clients, but there's also something called STOT. Is it STOT?
Yes, STOT Pilates.
What is that?
It's an international brand of Pilates. It's a more contemporary approach to the original method of Joseph Pilates. And I've actually been, the Movement Lab's been going for almost 20 years, but it started in Port Elizabeth. So we've been in Cape Town for 5 years. And I basically offer courses for people to become instructors. And it's an international qualification known as STOT Pilates. So that's where that all comes from.
Well, that is amazing. And I would highly encourage you to follow them on social media. You are the Movement Lab on social
the
media.
Movement Lab SA.
It is the pink one. It is the pretty one. You do not want to miss out on that. And stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show because Lisa and myself, we're going to get into a nice warm-up for you, and we hope you can join in on that.
Thank you.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, indeed. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show here on S3. It is all about movement this morning. Yes. Obviously preparing for Valentine's Day, but Zoe Brown is still out in Sea Point.
Indeed. And the first time somebody told me about pilates, I didn't know what they were talking about. And then I realized Pilates.
We are coming to you live from Sea Point, the Movement Lab. I'm here with the founder and owner, Lisa, and we're about to get into a bit of a workout because we can't come to the Movement Lab and not put the name to the test.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What would you recommend we start off with?
I'm going to start with a warm-up. So we're going to do a functional standing warm-up and just including all 3 planes of motion. So we're going to do flexion of the spine, extension, some lateral flexion, warming up the shoulders, ankles, knees, and hips.
Oh, listen, we want to look after our
very
joints.
Gently.
Very gently. I like that, Lisa. So if you're at home and you want to join us, you don't need any equipment. Just take the shoes off, move the coffee table out of the way, and join in on this.
Absolutely.
I'm going to let you take the lead.
Fantastic. Okay, we're going to start standing up, and we're just going to start with some arm circles. So you're going to inhale, raise your arms up, lift the head slightly, extend that upper back, and then exhale, circle around, and return that spine back to neutral. Inhale, think about lifting the sternum, follow with your gaze, and then exhale, just warming up those shoulders. Inhale, lift up. We're going to do 2 more. and then exhale, circle around. One more time. Think about that upper back extension. So just leading with the chest, and then exhale, circle it around. Now you're going to add a heel lift. So you're going to inhale, raise your heels up, and then exhale, we're going to bring it back around. 4 like that. Just warming up those calves. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, bring it back down. 2 more. Try and keep even pressure through the feet. I know it's a little bit of a challenge on the balance.
Especially if you're bad at balance.
Inhale. Got to focus a little bit here. Exhale around. Now raise your arms out to the side. And we're just going to flow forward with the spine. Exhale. And then inhale. We lift the chest again and extend that upper back. And again, bend the knees nice. As you flex, you're rounding the back. And then inhale again. Just lift up the chest. So we're also counteracting gravitational forces when we come up, and we're just opening up that chest through the shoulders, especially if you're very sedentary and you're sitting at a desk for a long time. We do 1 more and then just return the arms back to the sides. We're going to add a side bend now. So we're going to lift up and over, just elongating the one side of the body, and then come back. Nice. Inhale. So as you inhale, just feel the ribs expanding, and then exhale, we come back. Nice. Inhale. Now we're just working our spines in that lateral line, in that frontal plane. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, up and over, and then exhale to come back down. From there, you're just going to roll down. As you roll down, just bend the knees, reach down, and then exhale, roll up, 1 vertebra at a time. Nice. As you roll up, you're going to roll the shoulders back. And again, we're going to do 2 more. Roll down. As you roll down, make sure you engage your abdominals. And then roll up, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way. Roll those shoulders back, chest nice and open. 1 more time. Roll down. Nice. And then roll back up, sequencing through the spine, coming all the way back. From there, we're going to stretch out the glutes. So you're going to take your right leg and just bring it over, and then hinge your body forward, getting that balance, pressing through that right knee, flex that right foot, hinge forward with a nice straight back. Think about lifting your tailbone up at the back. Nice. Just hold it there. Nice. Now bring that right leg over, and you're going to lift your left arm up and just stretch through that left side. Reach that right arm down, so you're really getting a beautiful opening through that left side. Nice.
This is a very good stretch.
Really nice. Make sure that you're anchoring that hip down. Reach that right hand to the floor. Nice. And then we bring it back. Let's do the other side. So you're going to take your left leg now. You may feel a difference from one side to the other, Zoe, so you'll maybe feel, okay, I can feel that's a little bit better on my balance on this side. And then just hold it there. Good. Breathing. And then when you're ready, perfect. We're going to take that leg down and we'll go, nice, there we go. And we're going to go into our side stretch. That left leg goes over. And now we're going to bring our right arm up. And we're going to stretch into that right-hand side. Think about anchoring that opposite foot down, lifting and opening up through that armpit as well. So you're avoiding that rotation. And we stretch forward, and then we bring it back. Now we're going to go into a cat stretch. So let's have our hands at the knees, and you're going to lift your tailbone up there, and then press into the knees, round your back. You're going to really tuck your tailbone under, flex your spine, and then inhale. Again, press into the knees and lift the chest. Nice, watching that there's no hyperextension in the neck. Let's just do 1 more. Round the back. Stretch it out. It should feel really good on the lower back. And then we lift up and just lift that chest, opening up the heart, opening up the chest, and then roll up all the way. And just roll the shoulders back, and there we go. It's a little warm-up.
This was a nice warm-up.
Thank
you.
you.
I feel all warmed up. And
good.
Is it okay if I hang out with you the whole morning?
Please do. Please do. That'll be amazing.
Okay. Well, you stay tuned because we're going to be hanging out at the Movement Lab. Lisa said it's fine, and we'll be bringing you more workouts.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Zoe. I've got to say, loving the new gym kit as well. Go and check out ZBZ's Instagram platform if you want to get in on that action. But right now, let's talk about something else. And I know I love the fact that summer is still blooming and we are still feeling the heat. I know a little bit too much at times, but not when it comes to our cooking, because mealtime just got a whole lot simpler. Here's the deal. You stand a chance of winning an Instant Vortex air fryer, a game changer with Simply Chicken. To be this week's lucky winner, winner, what you've got to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages. Tell us your hashtag Real Mom Back to School lunch and dinner stories. Then not only do you stand a chance of winning the amazing air fryer, but also have the opportunity to tell your story on the show and then automatically be entered into that draw for the grand cash prize of a whopping 10,000 Rand. Cash, baby. Don't forget to include that hashtag Real Mom in your answer, and please be aware that the competition closes tomorrow at midday. That's Friday the 18th of February, and you can find the T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Go and check it out, and good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live in S3, and we are still moving.
Yeah, because we know that mobility is key to life. And of course, we are being put through our paces this morning, or at least our Zozo is, with a functional workout now with Jessica.
It's a gorgeous morning in Sea Point, and we are coming to you live from the Movement Lab, and you're just in time as we're about to do our next workout. Earlier, Lisa showed us through the perfect warm-up, and now I am joined by Naledi as well as Jessica, who's taking us through our next workout. Jessica, we are on the mat. I believe we're going to be doing some mat work.
Absolutely, and it's prop-free, so all you need if you're joining us from home is a mat, and we're ready to get some movement, and I hope you can join us from home.
I'm sure they will. So what are we going to be starting off with? I feel like the body is nice and warm now.
Absolutely. So Lisa took you through the warm-up, and now I'm going to get the blood pumping a little bit with some functional body weight work. So we're going to start down in a 4-point kneeling position. So let's get started with our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath the hips. Lovely. Just watching that we're not locking the elbows, so creases of the elbows facing each other. That's perfect, Zoe. You're going to tuck the toes under and inhale in your neutral long spine. All you're doing is lifting up and away from the floor as you lift the knees to a hover, and then slowly with control massaging the knees back into the mat. Beautiful. Use your exhale as you lift the knees to a hover, and then really think about controlling that lowering on the eccentric movement. Lovely. Last two there. Taking it up and controlling the release, spreading your fingers, feeling the ground force. Last one, we take it up and we lower down. So good. Now you're untucking the right toes, keeping the left foot flexed. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, the bent left knee lifts up to the ceiling, and you lower it down. Good, 3 more like that. Left leg lifts to the ceiling, maintaining that lovely hamstring connection and left knee flexion. Last 2, making an impression of your left heel onto the ceiling. Beautiful, Zoe, using that exhale to lift the left leg and lower it. Now we take the left knee out to the side, finding left hip abduction. Beautiful, and then float it back down to the mat with control for 3. Think about putting the brakes on as you release the knee down to the mat. Last 2, trying not to lean to the right, equi-weight in each hand. Last 1, so good, releasing all the way, tucking the toes under, inhale, prepare. Exhale, we lift the knees to a hover and we lower to transition. 3 more, pushing up and away from the floor, drawing your abdominals away from the floor, working against gravity. So good, you're in control of your body. Last 1, lowering with control, we untuck the left toes, keeping the right foot flexed. Inhale deeply through the nose to prepare. Exhale, pressing the right heel to the ceiling, and inhale, controlling that release. For 3 more, driving the right heel high and lowering with control. Throughout this exercise, never letting the lower back arch. Move from the hip socket, not from the lower back. So good, that's your last 1. Now we open the right knee to the side, finding right hip abduction in the coronal plane. Control the lowering. For 3, trying not to lean into the left hand as you open the right knee to the side. Last 2, you got it. It's good to laugh, Zoe. Laugh through it, enjoy it.
I'm
Beautiful.
guilty.
Last 1, let it down, tuck the toes under, inhale, prepare. Just 2 knees to hover here. We lift and lower. Now we hold the knees at a hover. 1, you're going to take the right hand to the left shoulder. Give me a tap. Yes, and release it down, other side. Tapping. Start to build up a flow here. Think about the breath as the catalyst for movement and start to pick up the pace, trying to keep the hips as square as possible without locking the supporting elbows. Spread the fingers and feel that ground force for 7. Good, 6, try not to let the shoulders creep up to the ears. Keep the knees low and hovering. Last 3, excellent everyone, 2, so good. Last 1, you're gonna send the hips up as you straighten the knees, finding a downward dog, and then bend the knees looking forward, floating 4-point kneeling. Stretching the hamstrings, drop the heels, lift the tailbone, and bend the knees looking forward of your fingertips. 2 more. So good, drawing the abs to spine, away from the femurs. Last 1, stabilizing the shoulders, lengthening the posterior kinetic chain. Bring it back to that hovering position. Step the feet out to a plank. Find your plank, engage your glutes. Your body is an arrow, 1 long line. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send it back all the way to that down dog and float back to plank, engaging your glutes in the plank. 3 more. Finding that pike position, lowering down into your dart position. Last 2. So good, spread your fingers, feel that energy through the palmar arches of the hands. Last 1, find your plank, rocking forward and back. So good. So this is beautiful functional work. Option to do this plank on the knees if you need. Lengthen the neck. So this would be the knee option. And then you're just going to shift forward and shift back slightly, allowing the hips to move with you. Really good. Last 4. Keeping the glutes engaged. For 3. Beautiful. Nice, Naledi and Lisa. Last 2. 1, either on the knees or on the feet. You're going to start to do that tapping variation. Now you're in a plank variation, so it's slightly more challenging. You've got more weight. Beautiful. This is your last 2 to finish. Last 1, hold your plank and release all the way to a shell stretch or child's pose. Great work, everyone. Thank you for joining me. That was amazing. Well done. Some excellent body weight sequences.
Jess, this was incredible. I solidly broke out a sweat, and I'm not gonna lie, I started panicking. I'm like, when am I gonna put my knees down? But thank you for that. That was an excellent core, full body workout. And I'm happy I'm here, but I'm definitely being put through my paces. Don't go anywhere on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're gonna just freshen up, and you're gonna join us again for a final workout.
Oh, Zoe, you did so great out there. Now, of course, all these workouts are making me so hungry. Check out this next recipe.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice.
The whole family.
More crush, Mom?
100% refreshing, 100% goodness. Made with love by Clover.
And we all know there's nothing better than chilling with your besties, having wholesome times together, add a refreshing crush to the occasion, and it's 100% goodness. Now, if you are planning on hosting your mates for games evening or just a catch-up sesh, or maybe you guys are spending Valentine's Day together because you're all single, that's cute. We are about to show you how to make some buffalo wings to let the good times roll. Tando is still with us. Tando, This is perfect date night food, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
The way someone eats their chicken wings will determine if we can go to the next step. Because I have to see now, if you're leaving chicken on the bone, red flag.
But the chicken's finished. The chicken's finished. Like, do you need to eat that little...
You need to eat everything. I just need you to spit out the bone, like take the bone out and then you're done.
So, no meeting mother if you don't eat chicken like that.
Friend, that is where I'm like, no, it is not happening. I'm leaving you.
Yeah, it's hard.
What about you? Must you leave that gypsy?
I don't think I'm allowed to say how I eat chicken out loud after that.
No, please say. Please say. I'm not going to judge you. This is a judgment-free zone. The space is...
You said I'm not going to meet your mother.
Well, my mom knows you now because of the show, but I don't think I'll bring you home, girl. I'll be like, hey, mom, let's stand up.
I get lazy. Like, I eat the chicken and then I'm like, okay, we're done here. And, you know, sometimes it depends also on the flavor. If the flavor's really good and I'm like, yo, even this last piece must go in.
You have to. But this flavor is going to be so good that you're going to be eating it the way that I'm suggesting it.
Yeah.
However, Shay, my friend. Okay, here's the other decider. Knife and fork, or do you go in with your hands?
No, hands. Who eats chicken with the knife
I'm just asking. I was just making sure because you're still leaving the pieces of meat on there, so I just had to make sure. Anyway,
come for me.
Get through the recipe. We obviously have our wings already there.
So wings, salt and pepper. You want this to sit a little bit with the salt and pepper just so that salt goes into the meat. And then after that, we saute this. And then also in the meantime, melt some butter. This is us making our hot sauce now, our buffalo sauce.
Some hot sauce, and while you serve up the hot sauce, I'm going to serve some 100% crush. We have some berries flavors. I think it will complement the buffalo wings.
This is a very much like Valentine's dish.
A what?
Galentine's for the single girls.
Oh, yeah. Are you single?
On Valentine's Day, yeah.
You're only single on Valentine's Day, but the rest of the year you're not single.
Yo, girl, I've been single. Let's not talk about this.
Guys, Tando is single, so if anybody wants to make her some chicken wings, and I promise you she's going to leave some chicken still for you so you can feed it to your dogs afterwards. There will be enough for the dogs as well. Please hit her up on social media. See, girl, I'm your plug. I'm your pal. I'm your side.
But Galentine's works for me as well.
Your wing girl.
Wing girl, yeah. So we're making our hot sauce in here, going in with vinegar as well.
Some vinegar?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Just balances out the flavors as well and adds a little ting to the hot sauce.
I like this kind of Galentine's Day. I'm just like drinking, living my best life. You're over there working, and I'm just hyping you. I'm the hype person in the kitchen. Like, yes, girl, that chicken wings.
Are you that person that sits on the bar stool and just chill and talks while the rest of us slave in the kitchen?
My friends can confirm. Yes. That's why I got an air fryer, and I think with the chicken wings, you can also pop it in.
You can put it in the air fryer.
I'm for the vibes. I'm there for the vibes. I'm there to just like entertain.
Yeah. You can't just make a salad.
I'll make a salad. I won't make a salad. I'll buy a salad and I'll bring it. And if you need me to like chop anything, I'm there. I'm like your sous chef.
Okay.
But I will. Yeah.
You're not cooking.
I'm not the cook. I'll cook for 2 people. When it's 2 or more people, like so myself, my mom and Luke, I'll cook for us, and like my partner. But when it comes to cooking for more people, then I get nervous because now Tando is not going to like my chicken things.
Oh, I put everyone on tasks. I'm like, okay, you chop this, you make, and everyone's in the kitchen. Like, you have no choice because I'm not cooking by myself. I know it's what I do, but I'm still not doing it by myself. Like,
and you find that because you are the cook, everyone's expecting you to cook all the time.
So it's like, guys, also me, I want a break. So if I'm not getting a break, we're all not getting a break.
It's like people invite me to their weddings just to MC. So like, oh, because you do this for a living, you're just gonna MC. And so that again is my role at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I'm the vibe. I'm here to talk.
You're the vibe
I'm here to make sure that everyone is having a good time.
You're putting in your part. That's what makes me happy that you do your part. So after the wings are done frying,
back to the wings.
The sauce is looking good. Butter is melted.
Butter, and you can use any hot sauce for that, right?
Yeah, any hot sauce. If you like a sriracha, whatever you really like, put that in there.
My mom's a Tabasco queen. She loves putting Tabasco on it.
I'm a sriracha. Sriracha, it just hits right. It's got the smokiness. Tabasco has like
Yes. You don't have to explain it to me. Yeah, you don't have to explain it to me. I got you.
Thank you. Okay, we are almost ready with these.
Okay, it is looking golden.
It's looking golden.
That's obviously what you want because you want it to be nice and coated
crisp,
and crispy. So then when you do bite into it and throw your hot sauce over, it's just gonna melt in your mouth.
I think that's the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Hot sauce ready. What we're gonna do is here's some wings.
Got hot sauce in my pocket. Got hot sauce in my pocket. Put it in there. Put it in there.
Yay!
And just let it sit there. You're gonna just let it sit there?
Just soak it up, soak up all of that goodness.
My mouth is literally watering right now. You have no idea. Of course, we are serving this with 100% goodness from Crush. You get 100% fruity, tasty goodness in every single sip. The perfect refreshment to any snack. Now, of course, like we said, you can crumb your wings with a flour mixture, or you can choose a quicker way like we have by frying them directly. Again, if you're like me and you like a bit of more convenience, you could also use an air fryer or bake them in the oven, each to their own. But what the final thing is making sure that you get this.
You've got that.
All of this.
Yes.
Chicken, buffalo wings. It's served with a beautiful accompaniment. It is perfect. I actually want you to eat one just so you can show Mzansi like how you eat it. Please. Please, stop.
You know what this feels like? It feels like a test. Like,
just remember, all the guys that now I've hyped you up for is watching now. So just one.
I'm not meeting anyone's mother. Okay.
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 That's your camera. Eat it for the nation. She uses a hand, you can take her home. Guys, you can take Tanda home. Please find her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Nyana, everything, she's there. How good is it? Here we go. Here we go, this one's for you. Let's cheers to that. Valentine's.
Valentine's.
And cheers to you, Mzansi, as well. I think I want one of them. Yeah.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, and we are still moving. We actually don't want to stop because this is the best day to move to get you in the mood for the Valentine's Day vibes.
Indeed, Zoe Brown is still standing by at the Movement Lab in Sea Point to do a workout for us.
I've been having so much fun in Sea Point here at the Movement Lab with the ladies, and I'm a little bit scared because we've now traded the mats for what looks very intimidating. Now, lady, you're going to take me through this workout. What are we about to get into?
So we're about to add on one of our favorite props here at the studio. These are our sliders. If you don't have sliders at home, you can use slippery cloths, paper plates, or even work without the sliders.
Okay, now when you say the favorite prop, is it really its favorite, or is it the instructor's favorite prop to torture?
We love using the props in class. If you had to ask our clients, I think they
they would have a different answer, but you definitely get in a good workout with the sliders.
Okay, fantastic. So you're going to take us through this.
Yes.
Where do we start?
Sure, so you're going to bring your hands to your chest. You're going to have the right ball of the foot on your slider so that your heel is free. And then you're going to take a little bend in the knees. Make sure that the pelvis and the spine are in neutral, so you're finding a nice long back. Right. From here, your weight is on your left foot. You're going to slide the right leg to the side. You slide it out and you bring it back, staying at the same level through the knees. Think of pressing down into your slider, increase the resistance, really increase that challenge and bring it back. For another 4, exhale to get adduction on that right side to bring it in. For 3 and 2. Good. On your last one, you're going to hold it in. From here, we're going to slide that right leg back to extension, taking it back for 8. Good. Staying nice and low. 7. Good. Keep the nose over the toes. Keep the weight forward on that left leg. And 4 more. Still pressing down into that slider. Finding extension in the knee and in the hip on the right. Last 2. Last one, hold it back in your lunge. Now slide, bend deeper into the left and pulse for 8. Good. 7. Feel that burn. 6.
That's burning.
And 5. For 4. And 3. And 2. Hold it back. Now as you bring your slider in, stand nice and tall. Straightening the left leg and take it back down. Just for 5 more. Now really try push that lunge. How low can you get? Take that weight forward. Good. Fight for that balance. For 4. And inhale, take it down. Exhale to stand. 3. Keep that back leg straight. Almost near the end. Last 2. And take it all the way down. And last 1. Take it down one more time. Can we push it for 1 more? Yes, we can. And bring it all the way up. Nice work.
That is a proper burn in the glutes.
Staying that low level, it really gets into the glutes. Good.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do it on the other side. So let's take our slider underneath the left, hands to the chest. We take a bend. Now that we know what we're in for, we're going to take it nice and smoothly to the side. For 8, stay low, in, and 7, and back. Nice. For 6. Staying down through the right leg. 4 more. And bring it in. Good. For 3. Keeping that left heel lifted. 2. On your last one, you're going to hold it in the center. Take it to the back. For 8. 8. Bring it in. And 7. Nice. Keep those shoulders pulling down. Find a nice long neck. And in. Last 4. Take it back. Find your center. For 3, nice. Fight for that balance. 2, get ready to hold it behind you. Pulses almost there. For 8, 7, 6, and 5. You gotta keep breathing. 4, 3, and 2. Last little push, standing tall. For 6, nice and slow. Get full range in that lunge. And we go for 5. Yes, good. Last push, you got it. Exhale to stand. 4. And down. Little squeeze of the glutes at the top of your stand. Hip extension. Last 2. And down. Last 1. Hold it up and release those hands. Nice job.
Thank you. I have to admit, this was my praying hands. Please let me not slip, please let me not fall. That was amazing. I mean, it really gets into the glutes. So if someone had to come for a slider class, how long would it, because this was not even 5 minutes and I'm sopping wet.
So it will be our normal length of class, which is an hour, but we do take breaks on the sliders. We work without them, then we'd maybe change it up for hand weights. So it's not sliders for the whole hour. You do get a little bit of a break every now and then.
Oh, well, amazing. I just want to thank each and every one of you again for such a fun morning at the Movement Lab. They've got a branch in Sea Point. They've also got one in Claremont, so do go and check them out. They're also on social media at the Movement Lab _SA. Get your hands on their schedule. Make sure you come and enjoy a class. They have so many different classes up on offer, and you really have no excuse not to move. Ladies, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much, ladies. Well done. So, really put through our paces this morning. But we are still very much focused on Valentine's Day. It's coming. Monday's just around the corner. And, of course, what is Valentine's Day without a little chocolate? And Chef Clem and his gorgeous wife, Meg, are going to be taking us through some of the most amazing chocolates you can find anywhere in the world. Well, in fact, you can find them at Woolies. Dude. Wow. So how many chocolates have you eaten this morning already?
Okay, just so everybody knows at home, the chocolate display literally went from here all the way across, and then some people...
And I tried it. I had the intention of not eating one, but I've had 5 chocolates because chocolates rule. But there is a lot going on. The
There is.
food developers have gone a little bit crazy for Valentine's Day. Take me through what's
And I
on
love
offer.
that. Okay, so let's start off with something that has now become tradition. We saw it last year. It's back again this year. The extra large sweetie pie.
Oh,
and the
my
extra large
goodness.
sweetie pie is an absolute treat. I mean, it's just like unwrapping that little gift and seeing it just instantly just makes you feel.
It's a whole meal. You don't even have to worry about like a starter or a main course. Just have
Exactly.
the sweetie pie, man. Have
And
the
you're never
giant
going to
sweetie
finish one in one sitting. So that means tomorrow or the next day or the next day, when you're still eating it, you're thinking about that special person who you're thinking about.
pie. Beautiful, sweetie pie. Awesome. I was thinking about you, man. I was thinking about you as I stared lovingly
Lindsay,
into my
you meant
sweetie
to
pies.
say you. He's got
My
this.
sweetie
Okay.
pie's eyes.
So there we go. So the Woolies box selection as well. That's absolutely a must.
Do you know what I was actually completely distracted by? I'm looking at milk chocolate strawberry dome, salted caramel, chocolate pistachio cup, mousse milk chocolates, coconut dream heart, chocolate fudge. Get out of here. Brownie biscuit chocolate heart.
It's
Get out.
delicious. You
Get
know
out.
what? Actually, you take that.
I
You
am.
take that. You take that. There you go. You hit out that. Then we've also got the new Fantasticals mini slab. They're delicious because if you love Fantasticals, it's a great way to combine your love of chocolate with Fantasticals. That's in there. Then there's these mini little slabs, and I honestly, I think they're amazing, right?
That's great for like gifting at work, where you want to make everyone feel happy on Valentine's Day. Hey, everyone gets a little chocolate of their own, feels special.
All the cameramen are like, yeah.
I've done that.
Okay, camera guys are getting a chocolate. Then we can't do Valentine's without the classic Chuckles. And we also have the Chuckles, the slab, the big slab, the normal slab, and the shortcake one. We've got all the Chuckles sorted, and the Chuckles hot tin is absolutely amazing as well. These are the things you need to get this festive season, but you've got the chocolate.
Festive. Have you made now Valentine's festive
Look,
as well?
that's the thing though, right? So it's the second time I'm saying it. But Valentine's can be festive. It depends on what you're going to do on the day. And then it's festive. It's a continuation. It's another festive season. So you get all the chocolates, right? But what you're going to do with it, you're going to
How do you combine them? How do you combine these chocolates to create something spectacular?
Normally you just eat it, but I've got a cool like little exercise that's going to bring you closer to your special person. Okay? So I'm going to call my special person into the kitchen.
I'm here.
And Carl. Sorry, Carl. Just, what's up, guys? Just like, I mean, everybody.
This is getting awkward now.
Wow, this is so awkward.
Don't feel territorial, okay? We can share. We can share.
We can share and we can share the chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. This beautiful dark chocolate right in front of me. I'm just loving it. Megs, happy early Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Really good to see you.
Good to see you.
You guys are a little bit schmaltzy in your love because you're new, you know? You're fresh and new, and that's great. But now we need to show how in sync you actually are as a couple.
Right. And this is an amazing exercise for people to try at home, okay? So there's no dish that we're actually making. We're just going to put together like a Sunday-ish vibe, okay? You ready?
Okay.
So
We've done this challenge before with pizza.
Okay.
Oh, and how did that work out for you?
Went well.
Okay, explain,
All right, so
explain what your
today-
hands are doing.
Right. So my hands can reach for the biscuit base, which is forward, a little forward. There we go. We can open that and crush. I think it's really good to crush it inside the packaging because then there's no waste. So straight there, we're just gonna throw it in.
Have you always been so aggressive as a cook? I find that you are a little bit crazy in the kitchen.
I think it's good to
motivate yourself.
be like that. Okay, so we're going to do the hard chocolates. Let's not put our fingers
No, yes,
into
they're
the...
right there. Hot chocolate's right there.
There we go. So let's do... Oh, we're doing ice cream. Okay, we're doing ice cream. So what is a delicious treat without ice cream?
So what's the perfect technique for spooning out the ice cream?
I'll show you right now. All right, so here we go. Did it not flick up into it? Perfect.
Okay, that looks lovely.
So-
So you're going with the ghosting ice cream where you...
I think so. We've just done it and we just left
The notion
it.
of ice cream, but...
That's for your special someone. Just on the side, it's just melting, I think. All right, here we go. And this is not usually how my husband normally cooks on these segments.
No, but it's good. I'm glad that you're putting your own personal spin on it.
Cream.
And what
Let's
goes
go
in
for
next?
cream, which is laying over here now.
Okay.
I don't think we need to taste the cream. We do not need to taste the cream.
I think you really need to shake the cream. I think you really need to shake the cream. Are you sure you don't need to taste that it's fresh? I think you
Maybe
need to taste that it's...
taste it. I need to taste it on you.
It's fresh. It's definitely fresh.
Let's pour it down, okay? And not on the spoon. There's the spoon in the way.
I
in our
like the way
dessert.
that you gently talk to yourself as well. It's quite nice. It's good to be your own motivator.
It's important.
It is. It's very
right?
good to be.
So then the heart shapes, we're gonna throw. Oh, okay. All right, I screamed it. Okay, but we've got our spoon
It's
in our
good
ice
that
cream.
you're praying. I think you've created something beautiful. One last thing, just maybe some
sprinkles.
Some sprinkles. I'm gonna
Just
help
for
you
the
out with
final
this.
touch.
Thank you. Don't be shy. Don't be shy with the sprinkles. Oh man.
I think the best part of this is that you have chocolate that you'll clean up for days afterwards.
Well, Megs tastes what she has created here. Have a nice big taste with the ice cream scoop.
I can't squat anymore.
Oh, absolutely spectacular. Well done. That's beautiful. It's the best.
What happened to your?
Created.
Oh, you got it.
Just a little something over there. Now, we are giving you guys at home the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card so that you can do exactly this with your own loved ones. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us which Woolies chocolates would you like to gift your Valentines. Wow, look at the choice. Don't forget to include the hashtag Woolies Valentines, and that competition closes midday on Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb. But you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. I'm going to taste a piece of biscuit.
I'll let you taste it.
Hungry?
With bags. My dad has a certain way of doing things.
Dad, hoe gaan dit by die werk?
Our Monati connects the family with unlimited home fiber from $3.99 per month.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is our final performance for your morning, and Keela G is still here. He's got a trio of musical performances. This one wraps us up, and I can tell you it's been amazing checking out this new talent. You must check him out, Kila space G. Google him now. And I'm talking about a guy who has got a regular 9 to 5 being amazing. Featuring rapper Supreme Soul, this is a performance to wrap us up in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Take it away, Jess.
Make sure 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, now everybody put your hands up. Yo, now everybody put your hands up. Yo, now everybody put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. Hey, everybody put your yo. Make sure 1, 2, 1, 2. I got a regular 9 to 5. Yo. It's hard sometimes. Man, makes me pay the price. I'm easy, I'm alright. Yo, I check 1, 2, 1, 2. It's alright. You know, I got a regular 9 to 5.
It makes me pay the price.
Yeah,
alright,
I thank God for bringing me out of my trials and tribulations, cause all I thought about was me, who they want me to be. Smoking all these trees just to stop my anxiety. Smashing all these notes, buying all these clothes, busting no one knows what goes on inside my head. I'm sick of this 9-to-5 job instead, but working helps, cause it pays the bills, and it changed my life. I made the right decisions, now I see a lot of millions getting blowed by my music. It's working beats, running the streets, sleep, wake up, repeat. 2013 tunnel vision, still the focus, man. Yeah, we focused, man. You're really focused, and you know this, man. From the streets to the burbs, worldwide. Supreme soul, killer G, we be the future, man. From the streets to the burbs, worldwide. Cause I ain't trying to make any other man rich no more.
I got a regular 9 to 5. It gets hard sometimes. It makes me pay the price. That's easy, I'm alright. It's alright. Check. My name is Killer G, man. My mama's stressing me. She telling me I need a job. And I really say this gratefully, cause she been with me in and out for months with no problems. Oh, I see.
Life is what you make it. However you choose to shake, bake, and celebrate it. Here's to a great 2022. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
I got a regular 9 to 5. It gets hard sometimes. Said it makes me pay the price. Alright, I said it's alright.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
Okay, let's bring it back.
Okay, yo, let's go.
Hey, everybody put your hands up. Yo, now if you love Expresso, I want y'all to say yes, yes, y'all.
Say yes, yes, y'all.
Now if you love Expresso, I want y'all to say yes, yes, y'all.
Yes, yes, y'all.
Hey, yo, yes, yes, y'all.
Yes, yes, y'all.
Supreme Soul Killer G 2022, we out.
Sheesh. Guys, thank you so much. This was amazing.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Oh, that was great.